Hi everyone, please subscribe to my channel. Blood Immortal Venerable. See playlist for other chapters and novels. Join now our Telegram channel now and enjoy exclusive early access. t.me/blood_immortal_official. I do not translate the novels. Credits goes to original translator and author of the novel. I only make it as an audiobook so it would be easier to just listen while doing other things. Credits goes to the author of the novel. I convert stories to audiobook for mental health, for multitasking purpose, for accessibility and time saving. Listening to audiobook is also beneficial for people who have disability. It improves our listening skills and improve our English comprehension, vocabulary and other things. So, thank you for listening. Thank you and thank you very much for your support. Chapter 881 8-star Peak God General First Update. 5 days later, the goddess Yunzi couldn't hold on anymore. Her body had been severely corroded by the purple light, and she withdrew from the purple light world. Only by recovering the eroded body can one enter the purple light world again. Time passed by, goddess Yunzi was repairing her body outside the world of purple light, but she never saw Yi Tian come out, and she was very surprised. Because more than 10 days have passed at this moment, although Yi Tian's strength is much stronger than her, he still belongs to the category of divine generals, and his body has not achieved the body of chaos. Moreover, she also has the ice-purple holy body, which is enough to be listed as one of the top 10 physiques in the chaos, and can only last for 5 days, and why does Yi Tian persist for so long? Could it be that Wanfa Daozi has a treasure that resists the purple light? Yunzi goddess thought so in her heart, but she quickly shook her head. The purple light is very special, it can penetrate all treasures and defenses, and directly invade the body. She does not feel that Yi Tian has something on her body. What treasure can resist the purple light? Moreover, purple light is helpful for cultivation. If it is a treasure to resist, it will lose the purpose of cultivation. She believed that Yi Tian could not give up cultivating at 29 in order to persist longer. Maybe his physique is stronger than my ice-purple holy body. Yunzi goddess thought. On the 20th day, the goddess Yunzi entered the purple light world again, and it was the place where she first entered. Entering the purple light world, the goddess Yunzi saw Yi Tian who was cultivating there. Judging from Yi Tian's condition, although it was still eroded by the purple light, it seemed that it could last longer. Seeing this, the goddess Yunzi was shocked. However, she still practiced wholeheartedly and didn't pay attention to Yi Tian. After all, she couldn't last long in the purple light world, so naturally she didn't dare to waste time. Because it was the second time to enter the purple light world, the body had a certain immunity to the purple light erosion, so this time the goddess Yunzi persisted for 6 days before exiting the purple light world. Before leaving, Yunzi goddess found that Yi Tian was still holding on. 40 days, 60 days, 80 days, Yi Tian broke Yunzi goddess cognition time and time again, and even lasted longer than some weaker heavenly kings. 3 months later, Yi Tian's small body was eroded by the purple light. Although he could continue to persevere, Yi Tian felt that it was unnecessary, so he chose to withdraw from the purple light world. 3 consecutive months of refining purple light had made Yi Tian make a lot of progress, which was equivalent to hundreds of thousands of years of hard work in the outside world. And Yi Tian's Xuanshu art has finally completed a breakthrough. From the 7th level entry of Xuanshu art to the realm of Shaocheng, the physical strength has improved a lot. Although it is still a late 8-star God General, it is closer to the 8-star Peak God General. After resting in the outside world for more than 10 days, Yi Tian completely recovered his body and entered the purple light world again. This time, Yi Tian practiced for a full year before finally choosing to withdraw from the purple light world. In this way, as the years passed, I don't know how many gods and gods entered the world of purple light, as if the world of purple light was regarded as the best place for cultivation. In addition, there are also some gods and emperors who have fallen in the purple light world. It stands to reason, how powerful Tianjin is, how could he fall into the purple light world? The main reason is that the purple light in the purple light world is too erosive, and there are some special treasures in the depths of the purple light world. Those special treasures contain relatively mild purple light, although they can also corrode the flesh, but the degree of erosion is too low. It is a very good practice, resource. In addition, there are some areas in the depths of the purple light world, and the degree of purple light erosion has skyrocketed many times, causing some heavenly emperors to be eroded and severely damaged in an instant, and they even fell and died when they couldn't stand to leave the purple light world. Although some heavenly monarchs and gods have fallen, there are also lucky ones who have found treasures from the depths of the purple light world, which has greatly increased their strength in one fell swoop. For example, a god general in the later stage of the destiny obtained a magical medicine containing purple light. After swallowing it, he broke the shackles in one fell swoop, and was promoted to the peak of the destiny, and his strength skyrocketed. There are also some divine generals who gained some opportunities and were promoted to the realm of destiny, becoming a destiny monarch. But more people are still conservative, only cultivating outside the purple light world, and not greedy. In the blink of an eye, 100 years have passed. On this day, a piece of news came, which shocked the entire universe. A Tianjin list Tianjin has fallen in the purple light world. How powerful is the Tianjin Bang Tianjin? The average heavenly destiny peak Tianjin is like an ant in the eyes of the Tianjin Bang Tianjin, and he can kill countless people with a wave of his hand. Just like some 10-star Earth Lords face 7 or 8-star God Generals, is there any comparability between the two? There is no comparison, and countless 10-star Earth Lords are far from being able to beat a 7 or 8-star God General, and the Tianjin list is so powerful, far surpassing other heavenly monarchs. But such a terrifying heavenly sovereign, who can even kill a weaker true sovereign by leaps and bounds, has fallen into the purple light world, which is truly shocking. Soon, concrete news came. It turned out that this Tianjin list Tianjin entered the core area, and stayed in the core area for too long, and his body was partially eroded, just to guard a spirit medicine, but at the critical moment he was attacked by several terrifying purple light creatures. Unfortunately, he entered an area rich in purple light, his body was completely corroded by 217, and he was seriously injured and dying, and he finally fell and died. Although the heavenly sovereign list has fallen, it has attracted more heavenly sovereigns to enter the core area of the purple light world, because the chance there is greater. How powerful is the Tianjin list? The chance of the big universe is basically useless to them now. They have entered the big universe for so long, they have hardly even touched it, and their strength has not improved much. It is simply very embarrassing. Today, Ziguang world contains treasures that are of great help to them. How can they hold back? Therefore, some Tianjin list Tianjin entered the core area of Ziguang world, including Pengyu Tianjin in Zushan Temple. But all of this has nothing to do with Yi Tian for the time being. Although he considers himself to be very powerful, he is not arrogant enough to compete for the chance with the heavenly sovereign list, so he can be pressed to death with a single finger. At this moment, he is trying his best to attack the 7th layer of Xuanshu art, striving to cultivate the 7th layer of Xuanshu art to the realm of Dachang. In that case, he can step into the battle power of the 8-star peak God General. In a flash, 3,000 years have passed. On this day, Yi Tian finally broke the shackles, the 7th level of Xuanshu Ju completed, and the combat power entered the peak of the 8-star God General. On the ancestral monument, the God General list was updated, and Yi Tian's 8-star peak God General's combat power shocked the entire universe. Chapter 882 Goal: Improve the Great Immortality. Second update. Wanfa Daozi has stepped into the battle power of the 8-star peak God General. In the great universe, countless gods and emperors were shocked. In the past, Yi Tian's progress was fast, but it was not too heaven-defying. After all, in the chaos, as long as there were resources, his strength would increase rapidly. Just like Daozu, if you really want to train a God General, you can raise a 1-star God General to 8-star God General within 1,000 years. This is the horror of resources and the inheritance of Taoist ancestors. Of course, Daozu would not forcibly quickly increase the strength of his disciples, otherwise the foundation would be damaged. But even Taoist ancestors couldn't make a God General enter the battle power of the 8-star peak God General in a short period of time. In the chaos, the true peerless genius can enter the battle power of the 8-star gods in a short time, but the gap between the 8-star early gods and the 8-star peak gods is very large, even larger than the gap between the previous realms. Those Taoist ancestors and other peerless arrogances would have to spend a long time in order to improve their combat power to the peak of the 8-star gods. But how long has Yi Tian been practicing? Not to mention hundreds of thousands of years, even if it is millions of years, it is not a long time. Just like the goddess Yunzi, she definitely belongs to the top group among the Taoist ancestors, but she still belongs to the 8-star early stage God General, and it will take some time to reach the 8-star peak God General. For a time, many gods and emperors were talking about Yi Tian. Wanfa Daozi's talent is too terrifying, he has become an 8-star peak God General in such a short period of time, and won't he be a 9-star God General soon? The 9-star God General is capable of defeating the average heavenly destiny peak heavenly sovereign. It is an extremely rare God General in the chaos, and it takes a long time and countless opportunities to pass on the Taoist ancestors. In the middle, many opportunities cannot be enjoyed, and being able to enter the peak of the 8-star gods should have consumed countless details. I am afraid that the progress will not be very fast in the future. Wanfadausi can become an 8-star peak god so quickly, who would dare to underestimate Wanfadausi? Don't use ordinary thinking to measure Wanfadausi, it is a direct handed down from Taoist ancestors, and it is a native creature of the great universe, a general universe. Local creatures, how can they be qualified to be accepted by Taoist ancestors as Taoist ancestors? They must be incomparably enchanting. Moreover, don't forget, once Wanfadausi is detached, the potential will rise by a level, and the potential of the detached person of the 9-star general level is far beyond ordinary 9-star god general. Yes, Wanfadausi is a native creature of the universe, and now he is qualified to be detached. If he is detached, his potential will rise a notch, which is a big advantage. If we are also the native creatures of the universe, if we are detached, wouldn't we be able to detach ourselves, and the potential will rise by a grade or several grades? How difficult it is for the native beings in the universe to cultivate. It is much more difficult than the cultivation in the chaos, and it is even more difficult to detach from the big universe, and it is difficult for ordinary gods in the early and middle stages of the 8 stars to detach. If we were born in the universe, want to how difficult it is to escape. 1. Yi Tian didn't care about other people's discussions, he was still cultivating in the purple light world, but his position had changed, and he went a little deeper into the purple light world. After all, the purple light in the outermost area is already difficult to erode his flesh, and the effect of auxiliary cultivation is not very good. Therefore, Yi Tian can only go deep into the purple light world. Year after year, Yi Tian has been cultivating in the purple light world, and he does not explore the purple light world. At present, he still wants to be safe. After all, the purple light world is too dangerous. Although there are countless opportunities and countless treasures, it is too dangerous. Even the heavenly sovereign ranking heavenly sovereign may fall. What? But Yi Tian also knew very well that it would be very difficult for an 8-star pinnacle god to be promoted to a 9-star god, and the mysterious void art was not progressing fast, and it would be difficult to improve it further, unless one stepped into the destiny realm. One could easily upgrade the mysterious void art realm. Therefore, at the level of a divine general, Yi Tian's desire to improve his strength with the help of Xuanshu art is almost delusional. It is difficult to improve the physical body, the strength of the soul is not greatly improved, and the divine power is almost at its limit. The virtual heaven body needs to be engraved with Taoism to improve, and he currently has no way to collect too many chaotic magical powers, so the virtual heaven body wants to improve, tougher. Therefore, it is very difficult for Yi Tian to quickly improve his strength. In fact, not only Yi Tian, but other 8-star god generals have reached this level, and all aspects have been raised to the limit. It is too difficult to continue to improve their strength, otherwise, 9-star god generals would not be so rare. 8-star generals, if they really want to quickly improve their strength, there are only 2 directions. The first is to improve the attainment of the great supernatural powers. Yi Tian's great supernatural powers, great immortality, and great destruction have already cultivated to the realm of great achievement. If they go further, their strength will change again. If Yi Tian has mastered an ultimate supernatural power, then his strength is the real transformation. It can even be said that as long as Yi Tian masters an ultimate supernatural power, he can instantly enter the ranks of the 9-star god generals even if he has not made any progress in other aspects. In the chaos, most of the 9-star gods possessed extreme supernatural powers. If there were no extreme supernatural powers, it would be difficult to advance their strength to the ranks of 9-star gods, which was almost a shackle. Because of this, extreme talent is extremely important. But it is very difficult to cultivate a great supernatural power to the extreme level, and it must be at the level of 3000 supernatural powers. If it is the weakened version of the great supernatural powers in the universe, it is not very powerful to cultivate to the extreme level. At present, the great immortality technique, great destruction technique and Hengguang divine ability are the ones that greatly help Yi Tian's combat power. Although the great god's arithmetic is awesome, it cannot increase the battle. Naturally, Yi Tian will not spend too much thought. The great immortality technique has the greatest increase in strength, and the great immortality technique is improved first. Yi Tian decided. As for the chaotic supernatural power, it is currently in its embryonic state, and there is no way to improve its power, so it is not as good as the great supernatural power of the Dacheng realm to a certain extent. If it wasn't for the chaotic supernatural power to improve the virtual heaven body, otherwise he would not waste time cultivating the chaotic supernatural power. In the days that followed, Yi Tian used the purple light to temper his body while comprehending the immortality technique. Super comprehension, coupled with God-level super comprehension talent, and the assistance of the great god's arithmetic deduction, Yi Tian's speed of comprehending the great immortality technique is very fast. Although he doesn't know if he can step into the limit level, it is not difficult to reach the perfect level. In the blink of an eye, thousands of years have passed. Yi Tian has not yet cultivated the great immortality technique to the perfect state, but a big event has happened in the purple light world. Chapter 883 Purple Spirit Gold Insect. Third, in the center of the purple light world, on an inconspicuous mountain peak, there is a red spirit grass, which looks very extraordinary. Wow! A figure suddenly appeared here, its breath is extremely powerful, it has reached the peak of the destiny realm, and it is not an ordinary peak of destiny. Although it can't make it into the list of heavenly emperors, its strength is also very strong, enough to rank among the tens of thousands of heavenly emperors in the universe, within. He has a title, called Zongguang Tianjin. By luck, he has become a great Zongguang supernatural power. Because of this, after he entered the purple light world, he did not think about his own safety at all, and felt that even if he encountered some terrifying purple light creatures in the purple light world, he could escape safely. Purple sun grass, good luck, this is a well-known spiritual grass in the purple light world, it can temper the soul, enough to increase the tempering strength of my soul by 1%. Zongguang Tianjin said excitedly. However, he still carefully probed the surroundings and found no danger, so he came to the top of the mountain and carefully picked off the violet grass. But at this moment, a desperate danger 217 aircraft came. Boom! The ground split open, and purple bugs emerged, instantly spreading all over the void. These purple bugs are all in the destiny realm, and some are only in the weaker destiny realm, they can't even beat the 6 or 7-star generals, but some bugs have reached the ranks of the top heavenly monarchs. If it is just like this, Zongguang Tianjin will not be afraid. After all, with his strength, it is enough to kill a group of peak destiny powerhouses in seconds. But the group of purple bugs that appeared next was extremely terrifying, and its breath reached the level of a half-step true monarch. Escape. Zongguang Tianjin, in the midst of incomparable fear, exerted his full power of the Zongguang supernatural power, turning into a vertical beam and was about to escape. But at this time, one after another purple light enveloped the void, imprisoned here, causing the speed of Zongguang Tianjin to drop sharply, and the terrifying purple light invaded his body, causing heavy damage to his body. The next moment, a large number of purple bugs surrounded Zongguang Tianjin, constantly devouring his flesh and blood. Boom boom boom. Zongguang Tianjin made all his efforts and used various means. Although he killed many purple worms CJFI, he was finally killed by those powerful purple worms. Soon, these purple bugs rushed in all directions, killing all creatures within sight. Wan Fa Daozi, quickly leave the purple light world. Pengyu Tianjin sent a message. After Yi Tian got the news, he was not going to ask anything, but left the purple light world instantly. He knew that Pengyu Tianjin would not send a message for no reason, it must be a big incident, so leaving the first time was the right choice, not to find out the root cause. Even if the news is wrong, he has nothing to lose. Outside the world of purple light, a group of divine generals in Tianjin gathered here. Usually there are not many people here, most of them are in the purple light world, but now these people have all come out and are very flustered. As more and more people came out of the purple light world and continued to discuss, Yi Tian gradually learned the truth of the matter even without asking Pengyu Tianjin. Purple Spirit Gold Insect, this is a special purple light creature in the purple light world. A single purple spirit gold worm is not a threat, but the key is that there are too many purple spirit gold worms. The dense purple spirit gold worm rushed out from the core area of the purple light world and attacked everywhere. These divine generals, heavenly monarchs, even the heavenly sovereign ranking heavenly sovereign couldn't contend against so many purple spirit gold insects, and could only flee away. If it is surrounded by the purple spirit gold insect, it will soon be eroded by the purple spirit golden insect with purple light, and it will not be able to escape at that time. At present, the general level of the gods has basically not fallen, because the general level of gods is basically in the periphery of the purple light world, and some heavenly emperors in the core area are unfortunate, and they fall and die one by one. Whoa whoa, a well-known powerhouse quickly left the area where the purple light world was located, lest the purple spirit gold insect rush out from the purple light world. In that case, it would be a disaster for the creatures in this area. Therefore, they dare not approach the purple light world. Yi Tian also retreated far away, also worried that something would go wrong. After a while, Yi Tian saw Pengyu Tianjin, and the other party was a little embarrassed. Obviously, he encountered the purple spirit gold insect, but he did not suffer any injuries. Pengyu Tianjin is powerful and detached in speed. As long as he is not surrounded by too many powerful purple spirit gold insects, nothing will happen, but he does not dare to stay in the purple light world. Pengyu Tianjin returned to the disciples of Zushan Temple and stood not far from Yi Tian. Yi Tian went over and asked, "Senior brother Pengyu, how is the situation?" Pengyu Tianjin said with a heavy face, "It's very troublesome, there are a lot of purple spirit golden worms, and they are basically the purple spirit golden worms of the destiny realm. Some powerful purple spirit golden worms have even reached the half-step true spirit realm. Spirits are known as true monarchs, and their strength far exceeds that of heavenly monarchs. These purple spirits and gold worms are not very intelligent, and they do not condense their own true spirits, but they have reached the physical body of the true spirit realm by virtue of their physical bodies, so they are considered very powerful half-step true spirits. A single half-step true spirit purple spirit gold insect is not as good as the heavenly lord list, but it is also comparable to the powerful top heavenly lord. And there are too many. Even if I am surrounded, I dare not say that I will be able to escape. At present, it is estimated that no one dares to enter the purple light world. Moreover, it is not sure whether the purple spirit gold worm can rush out of the purple light world." 1. Suddenly, Pengyu Tianjin took out the corpse of a creature, which was from the purple spirit golden insect, and its breath was extremely powerful, making Yi Tian tremble in his heart. "This is the corpse of a purple spirit gold insect at the peak of destiny." Pengyu Tianjin rode. Everyone else was amazed at the power of the purple spirit golden insect, but Yi Tian used his copying talent to check the purple spirit golden insect, and he was shocked. The other talents of the Zilling golden insect are similar to those of other living beings. They are all talents such as strength, speed, and defense, but they also have two special talents that Yi Tian has never seen before. Purple light talent, God level. Purple armor talent, God level. These are two talents that are closely related to the purple light world, and the purple spirit gold bug can release a purple light to attack the enemy, which is estimated to be a god-level purple light talent, and the purple armor talent should be a special defense talent. Immediately, Yi Tian copied the god-level purple light talent and the god-level purple armor talent. He felt that these two talents should be of great help to him, allowing him to survive well in the purple light world, and even hopefully help him penetrate into the purple light world. After copying these two talents, Yi Tian took the opportunity to leave this area, and the others also left, for fear of being attacked by the purple spirit golden insect. Chapter 884 Purple Spirit Battle Armor. 4th. In a territory far away from the purple light world, Yi Tian found a continent, hid in it, and began to integrate the god-level purple light talent and the god-level purple armor talent. An hour later, Yi Tian completely merged these two talents. At this time, he already knew the purple light talent and the purple armor talent very well. In fact, these two talents are not powerful, such as the purple light talent, because it can release a purple light that can erode the flesh. It looks very scary. If you deal with strong people who are immune to purple light, then the purple light talent is almost abolished, and it is even far less than the ordinary god-level talent. The same is true of the purple armor talent. It is very powerful in resisting purple light, but if it is used for defense, it is far inferior to the god-level defense talent, and even stronger than the mysterious defense talent. But the violet light talent and the purple armor talent allow Yi Tian to easily resist and refine the violet light, and help him temper his body. These two talents can't improve Yi Tian's strength, but they can increase Yi Tian's chances of survival in the purple light world infinitely, just like using the purple light world as his back garden. Of course, the premise is that he can compete with the purple spirit gold insect group, otherwise he will not dare to enter the purple light world without permission. Brother Pengyu, how is Ziguang world? Yi Tian asked through the interrogation. Soon, Pengyu Tianjun sent a message. The purple spirit gold insect did not rush out of the purple light world. Hearing this news, Yi Tian hurried to the purple light world and arrived outside the purple light world shortly after. Those divine generals and heavenly monarchs who had escaped had basically returned. After all, the living purple spirit golden insects could not leave the purple light world. As long as they did not enter the purple light world, there would be no danger, so what was there to be afraid of? Wonderful way, a famous disciple of Zushan Temple respectfully said. Where's senior brother Pengyu? Yi Tian didn't see Pengyu Tianjin and couldn't help asking. Heijia Tianjin said. Daozi, brother Pengyu has just entered the purple light world again. What? Yi Tian was shocked. Isn't there a lot of purple spirit gold insects in the purple light world? How did senior brother Pengyu get in? To collect the corpses of the purple spirit gold insect. Pengyu Tianjin came out of the purple light world, appeared beside Yi Tian, and said with a smile. Purple spirit gold insect corpse. Yi Tian is a little unclear. At this time, Pengyu Tianjin took out a pile of purple spirit gold worm corpses and said, "These purple spirit gold worm corpses can be refined into purple spirit armor, and the purple spirit armor can make me immune after entering the purple light world. Part of the purple light is eroded. If all the gods and emperors wear the purple spirit armor, they will naturally not be afraid of the purple spirit gold bug group. The purple spirit armor is a kind of armor researched by Daoyuan, and I will wait for it. Go to the heavenly monarchs of the Daoyuan lineage and let them help refine a batch of purple spirit armor." Daoyuan line. Yi Tian knew that this faction was a great force that was no weaker than Zushin's lineage and had 3 Taoist ancestors. Daoyuan's lineage is good at refining weapons. Many Taoist tools in the chaos are made by them, and they have a high status in the chaos. Even some Taoist ancestors ask them to help refine tools. Although the Daoyuan lineage that entered the big universe is not strong, the level of refining is definitely the first, and no other force can compare with them. This time, it was also the Daoyuan lineage who quickly researched the purple spirit battle armor from the purple spirit golden insect, and used the purple spirit battle armor to resist the purple light. Daoyuan Yimai is really scary. Yi Tian exclaimed, if it were him, he would never be able to think of this refining method, but Daoyuan Yimai was researched in just a few hours. How fast this is speed. A few days later, Pengyu Tianjin came with a group of purple spirit armors, but the disciples of Zushin Temple need to pay some price if they want to obtain a purple spirit armor, or they will hunt down the purple spirit gold bugs and find the way. Yuan Yimai refines the purple spirit battle armor. But Yi Tian got a set of purple spirit battle armor for free, which was given to him by Pengyu Tianjin. Yi Tian was a little curious about the purple spirit armor, so he accepted it. According to what Pengyu Tianjin said, there are also several grades of purple spirit armor. Some weak purple spirit gold worms, even if the number is large enough, can only refine a set of low-grade purple spirit armor. The peak of the Destiny Realm purple spirit gold insects only need 10 to make a mid-grade purple spirit battle armor, and 10 half-step true spirit realm purple spirit gold worms can make a set of high-grade purple spirit battle armor with their bodies. In my hand is a set of low-grade purple spirit armor, but it is enough to resist some purple light. Yi Tian muttered. In fact, he didn't need the purple spirit battle armor very much, because he possessed the god-level purple light talent and the god-level purple armor talent, which was completely equivalent to a purple spirit gold bug. Ask for flowers. The purple spirit gold insect can live in the purple light world all the time. Even if he cannot live in the purple light world due to his race, he can survive for a long time. However, he still refined this set of low-grade purple spirit battle armor. After refining, Yi Tian understood the principle of the purple spirit battle armor. It turned out that the purple spirit battle armor stimulated part of the power of the purple armor's talent, thus resisting part of the purple light erosion. Daoyuan's lineage is really powerful, and they can actually stimulate the purple armor talent power of the dead purple spirit gold insect. In this way, they should also be able to stimulate the power of the purple light talent to create a piece that can release purple light arms. Yi Tian thought to himself. However, even if the purple light talent is stimulated, the power of the purple light released is also very weak. It is almost an extravagant hope to use it to deal with the purple spirit gold worm, and it is useless to deal with Tianjin. Therefore, the manufacture of the purple spirit armor is to maximize the use of the corpse of the purple spirit gold insect. In the following days, many god generals and Tianjin bought a set of purple spirit armor. Tianjin is the main force of the other party's purple spirit gold insect, where the gods are just finishing the work. Although they dare to enter the purple light world, they only wander around the outermost periphery, and they dare not go deep into the purple light world at all. With the assistance of the purple spirit armor, the heavenly monarchs entered the depths of the purple light world, and through joint cooperation, they killed the purple spirit gold bugs one by one. The number of purple spirit golden insects seems to be endless, but in fact there are only so many. With the slaughter of the heavenly monarchs, most of the purple spirit golden insects have fallen, and the pressure on the practitioners has naturally eased a lot, so many great forces they have sent a large number of people into the purple light world. And because of the purple spirit armor, some gods also dare to enter the inner area of the purple light world. At least they can rely on the purple spirit armor to resist the purple light erosion of the purple world. And Yi Tian also entered the purple light world. This time, he did not enter the purple light world to practice, but prepared to go deep into the purple light world to find some resources. As far as he knows, some spirit medicines and spirit grasses bred in the depths of the purple light world contain very mild purple light, which is very weak to corrode the physical body, but can temper the physical body to a great extent, which is a supreme treasure. Therefore, Yi Tian wants to go deep into the purple light world and collect more of these resources in order to prepare for the practice of Xuanshu art in the future. Chapter 885 Innate Origin. 5th Update. Purple Light World. After Yi Tian went deep, purple light entered the body and was refined by him one by one, and the degree of erosion was almost negligible. In the past, although Yi Tian had never entered the inner circle of the purple light world, he could roughly estimate how long he could stay based on the degree of purple light erosion. Before, he estimated that he could only stay in this position for a month, but now he feels that even if he stays for decades, it will not be a problem. Having purple light talent and purple armor talent almost made me ignore the erosion of purple light. Yi Tian was quite excited. Immediately, he remembered his purpose this time, calmed down, and carefully searched for various resources. There are strong purple light fluctuations over there. Yi Tian felt it and said in surprise. Purple light fluctuations are difficult to sense. Those heavenly sovereigns who were eroded and fallen by the purple light were 217, because they could not sense the purple light fluctuations, so they entered the abnormal area of purple light, and were severely eroded by the terrifying purple light and died. But the place with rich purple light is both a crisis and an opportunity, because treasures can often be born there. Swish, Yi Tian flew in that direction, and soon came to a forest, and stared at a giant tree somewhere in the forest. In Yi Tian's perception, the purple light within a mile radius of this giant tree is very strong, and the others are 10 times stronger than the surrounding area. Soon, Yi Tian saw an elixir that looked like ginseng, with a whole body of purple color, hidden 30 meters below the ground of the giant tree. Yi Tian used the arithmetic of the great god to calculate for himself, and after confirming that there was no danger, he flew over, used the purple armor talent to smash the erosion of the purple light, and took out the purple ginseng. Then, Yi Tian left this area. This elixir is extraordinary, and the gentle purple light energy it contains is very rich. Yi Tian said with joy. Usually, he uses purple light to temper his body. 99% of the energy is eroding his body, only 1% of the energy can be used, and the tempering effect is not very good. But if you use this spirit medicine to temper his body, at least 50% of the energy can be used, and the energy filling of the spirit medicine can make him refining for a long time. It can be said that this elixir is equivalent to what he needed to cultivate for thousands of years. And it would take him at most a day to refine this spirit medicine. One day is equivalent to the past 1,000 years of ascetic cultivation. How fast such cultivation speed is. I have God-level purple light talent and God-level purple armor talent. I can sense the intensity of purple light, and I can see where there are treasures such as spiritual medicine and spirit grass. The speed of collecting treasures is far faster than others. The only thing I worry about is myself. Security issues. Yi Tian thought to himself. In the days that followed, he was very careful to collect all kinds of elixir and herbs, and he was not greedy and did not enter the core area at all. Although he also encountered some purple spirit gold insects during the period, he relied on the time and space movement and Hengguang divine ability to easily get rid of those purple spirit gold bugs. However, he still encountered danger several times, encountered the powerful purple spirit gold insect, and almost couldn't escape. In 3 months, Yi Tian collected a total of 35 kinds of spirit medicine and spirit grass, and the number was different, and its value was unimaginable. This day, Yi Tian came out from the purple light world and was going to practice temporarily for a while. Greed represents danger. If he continues to stay in the purple light world, he can indeed obtain more treasure resources, but he may also encounter danger and die. For the sake of safety, Yi Tian can only come out from the purple light world. Outside the world of purple light, Yi Tian began to cultivate in the temporary residence of the Zushan temple. Retreat to the secret room, Yi Tian took out the spirit herbs and spirit grasses, and tried his best to activate the Xuanshu art, and began to refine its purple light energy. Time just passed by day. In the blink of an eye, more than 3 months had passed, and Yi Tian had already finished refining all those spirit medicines and spirit grasses. In more than 3 months, there are about 70 or 80 plants of 35 kinds of spirit medicines and spirit grasses. All of them have been refined, and finally my Xuanshu art has been advanced to the 7th level of perfection, and the strength has improved again, but I still can't break the 8th shackles of the Peak Star God General and the 9 Star God General. Yi Tian felt a little regretful, but he also knew how big the gap between the 8-star Peak God General and the 9-star God General was. A 9-star early stage God General can easily kill a 8-star Peak God General in seconds. Even if dozens of 8-star Peak God Generals besiege a 9-star early stage God General, they can only remain undefeated and difficult to defeat. After all, the 8-star peak god general may still have some weaknesses, but it is almost impossible to become a 9-star early stage god general. Even to a certain extent, the number of divine generals is useless to the 9-star initial stage divine generals. At this time, Yi Tian was thinking about how to carry out his cultivation in the future. In the Xuanxu art, he has already cultivated the 7th level to the perfect state, which is already the category of the destiny chapter, and if he wants to break through to the 8th level, it is almost an insurmountable shackle, no less difficult than the detachment of the big universe, and it requires massive resources, which is something he can't do for the time being. The Xuanxu art must be given up for the time being. Even the purple light can't temper my body. My body has reached a limit now. Unless I go to detachment, I don't even think about using the Xuanxu art to break through. The potential of the virtual body is still very high. Great, but there is no way to condense Tao patterns in a short time. It seems that a great supernatural power must be cultivated to the extreme level. Yi Tian thought. He originally wanted to continue to retreat and try his best to cultivate a great magical power to the extreme level, but he only retreated for a year, and an amazing news came from the purple light world. There is a purple light gate where the purple spirit golden worm was born, and the dense purple spirit golden worm came out from that purple light gate, and the origin of that purple light gate is very extraordinary. It is the gate of innate origin. There are various origins in the chaos, such as various innate origins, but once the origin is strong to a certain extent, either a universe or an innate origin 5.8 will be born. The innate origin is outside of time and space, and only one origin gate can connect to the innate origin, and each innate origin is different and has unique rules. The purple spirit golden insect is a creature born in the land of innate origin, and it possesses such a terrifying ability. The purple light world is caused by the erosion of the purple light leaked from the innate source land, thus transforming this world and forming such a unique environment. The appearance of the innate origin is a big event. If it is in the chaos, it is enough to attract the attention of a group of true ancestors, because the innate origin is a great opportunity. However, at present, no one dares to enter this innate source, because the purple light erodes the fleshly body is too terrible, and Tianjin does not dare to enter the innate source rashly, otherwise it will be easy to fall. Chapter 886 The second batch of personnel. 6th more. The appearance of the gate of origin has attracted the attention of all the forces in the entire universe. Although they dare not pass through the gate of origin for the time being, they have spent a huge price to start clearing the dangers of the purple light world. Before, although Ziguang world attracted the attention of many heavenly monarchs, not all heavenly sovereigns came. For example, the first few heavenly sovereigns on the heavenly sovereign list did not come. Those heavenly sovereigns were the real powerful ones, far surpassing Peng Yu Tianjin. These heavenly sovereigns arrived and entered the purple light world with a half-Dao weapon, paying only a small price. They will completely kill the purple spirit gold insect and some powerful purple light creatures. In this way, the danger of the purple light world has been reduced by one level. The residents of the Hall of Void Heaven. Yi Tian saw Peng Yu Tianjin again, and at this moment Peng Yu Tianjin looked excited and looking forward to it. Brother Peng Yu, Yi Tian said politely, Gaozi, the Zushan lineage is going to send someone here. Peng Yu Tianjin rode. What? Yi Tian was shocked. It won't take a long time for the second batch of people to arrive. How long has it been? If it is normal, it will take at least hundreds of millions of years before the major forces in the chaos will send the second batch of personnel, but the appearance of the gate of the source makes the true ancestors in the chaos unable to bear it. No matter what, the true ancestors care too much. They will pay a certain price to let a small number of strong people enter the big universe. This price. They can still afford it. Peng Yu Tianjin rode. Why? Yi Tian asked. Peng Yu Tianjin explained. Gaozi, you may have heard some news about the gate of origin, but most people don't know the real secret. The gate of origin leads to the innate origin, even if the innate origin is different, but they have something in common, that is, it contains great fortune. Rumor has it that some 8-star peak god generals, if they enter the innate source land to obtain great fortune, can enter the initial battle power of 9-star gods, and even hope to enter the mid-stage 9-star gods. In addition, if Tianjin enters the innate origin, he can assist in condensing the supreme true spirit and enter the realm of true spirit with the strongest foundation. Therefore, for those powerful gods in Tianjin, the innate origin is too it's precious. For example, we are in the same vein. There is also no innate origin, because it is impossible for the innate origin to exist forever. Once the origin is exhausted, the innate origin will collapse. This is a one-time item just like our refining and consuming innate source material. The Zushan lineage and other Taoist lineages attach great importance to these great opportunities. Some of the 8-star peak gods in the chaos and the invincible gods at the peak of destiny too are all crazy and want to enter the big universe. Quote, "But purple light is very dangerous. How dangerous is that place of innate origin? Once you enter, I am afraid that you will be eroded by the purple light and die." Yi Tian expressed his worries. Ha ha ha, don't worry, some outsiders who are good at deduction have already found a way, and they are even refining some things that can allow us to safely enter the gate of origin. It's just, what kind of good fortune will we get when we enter the gate of origin? Then you have to rely on yourself. Peng Yu Tianjin said. Time passed slowly, and in the blink of an eye it was 100 years. This day, the origin of the big universe oscillated, and figures appeared inside the big universe. At the same time, the list of gods and emperors of the ancestral monument has changed. For example, Peng Yu Tianjin was originally ranked 18th on the Tianjin list, but now he has fallen out of the top 50. The list of gods has also changed a lot. Yi Tian was ranked first on the list of gods before, but now he has dropped out of the top 10 and is now at the 11th place. The top 10 are all 9-star gods. There is a 9-star midterm general. And there are many more gods at the peak of 8 stars, but Yi Tian's strength is too strong, and other gods at the peak of 8 stars can't surpass him at all. As for the ranking of the Yunzi goddess, it was miserable, and suddenly fell out of the top 100. This time, the gods above the 8-star peak who have entered the great universe are all famous geniuses in the chaos. They have practiced for hundreds of millions of years, and their strength is naturally strong, but they have basically come to an end, and it is difficult to advance. No. But this time, the appearance of the innate origin has attracted their attention, and naturally they have to enter the big universe and build a stronger foundation for themselves. This time, there are at least dozens of divine generals and hundreds of heavenly monarchs from the Zushan lineage. This is already the most places that the Zushan lineage can win, and the origins of those who are qualified to enter the universe are not ordinary. Among them are the descendants of the true ancestors, the descendants of Taoist ancestors, and the true disciples of the Zushan lineage. The true disciples are different from the direct descendants of the Taoist ancestors. The direct descendants of the Taoist ancestors represent the direct disciples of the ancestors, while the true disciples represent high talent and strong strength, thus gaining a very high status in the Zushan lineage, far surpassing other disciples. The ancestors of Taoism must be the true disciples, but the real disciples are not necessarily the direct descendants of the ancestors, but every true disciple is very powerful, and the lowest strength requires 8-star generals. And most of the true disciples of Zushan's lineage have come, and the strongest one is the first person of this generation of true disciples, Zuolang God General. The left wolf God General is the 9-star early stage God General, and also the son of a true ancestor of the Zushan lineage. Both in terms of strength and status, he has cultivated for a long time. 1217 has been working hard to attack the 9-star mid-stage God General, otherwise, he would have already entered the realm of destiny. The status of true disciples is different from that of Daozu. Although they are a little worse, the difference is not much, but they still need to be called Daozi. This is the rule of the Zushan lineage. The second batch of God generals and Tianjin from the Zushan lineage soon came to the Zushan temple, and Yi Tian also saw these people. I have seen Wanfa Daozi. A goddess respectfully said. Even the high-ranking true disciple Zuo Lang Shenjiang respectfully said, I have seen Wanfa Daozi. 1 inch. Yi Tian responded with a few words, and then discussed with the heavenly monarchs about the gate of origin. At this time, a Tianjin spoke up. This person is the first Tianjin in the Zushan lineage, and he is also a disciple of the Taoist ancestor, but he is not a direct disciple, but an official disciple, but his generation is not as good as Yi Tian. Because this Tianjin is a disciple of another Taoist ancestor in the Zushan lineage, and that Taoist ancestor is a direct disciple of Zushan Taoist. But no one dares to underestimate this heavenly monarch. After all, he can be ranked the #1 heavenly sovereign in this era. How powerful is his strength? Even on the current heavenly sovereign list, he can still be ranked 6th. He is the moon-swallowing heavenly monarch. Chapter 887 10 Chaos Supernatural Powers. Open black lens bracket full order close black lens bracket. Several Taoist ancestors have handed down some things that can allow us to resist the erosion of purple light, but they are all one-time treasures, and they don't last long, but they are not given for nothing. You need to exchange the points of the virtual sky. The moon-swallowing heavenly lord looked at the crowd and told the story. Brother Swallowing Moon, is the Zushan Yimai point system going to be activated? Peng Yu Tianjin asked curiously. Yes. Moon Swallowing Tianjin nodded, and immediately took out a ball of light, which instantly merged into the hall of Zushan Temple, saying, "This is the Zushan Yimai integral subsystem given by Taoist ancestors, and there are a lot of treasures inside, as long as it is not especially rare treasures can be exchanged for." As soon as these words came out, everyone showed their eagerness, wishing to rob all the treasures in the light group, but this can only be imagined, and it is impossible to do it. With Tao ancestors' means, how could they crack the light group? Otherwise, moon-swallowing heavenly monarch would have cracked it himself. The points system was activated, and the disciples of the Zushan lineage in the great universe began to exchange some treasures, and the treasures that everyone valued most were undoubtedly the treasures that could resist the erosion of purple light. Although the purple spirit armor can also resist the erosion of purple light, the effect is too general, and it can be used in ordinary places. The Zushan Yimai subsystem provides a total of 3 treasures to resist the erosion of purple light. One is the Zilin Yi, which is similar to the Taoist uniform and can automatically change its shape and color. From an aesthetic point of view, it is far more beautiful than the Ziling armor, and it is more practical. It is even more powerful in resisting the erosion of purple light, times. However, Zilin clothing is not cheap, one piece requires 100 points, and this price is not affordable for ordinary disciples. In addition to Zilin Yi, there are Wan Zizhu and Amethyst Crown, the price is around 50 points. In fact, in terms of the effect of resisting purple light, the 3 treasures are similar, but the duration is different. In the purple light world, the 3 treasures can last for a long time, but if they enter the innate origin, Zilani is estimated to last for dozens of days, while Wan Zizhu and Purple Crystal Crown are estimated to last for only 10 days. However, no matter how good the treasure is, it may not be able to withstand all dangers. If you really want to enter the innate source, anyone is in danger of falling. Yi Tian registered an account first, and then received the points belonging to Daozi. The Taoist ancestors could receive 10,000 points when they entered the door. Yi Tian received the 10,000 points immediately, and then transferred them to Pengyu Tianjin for 3,000 points. This was the point he paid for the purchase of 3,000 Thunder Chaos Divine ability from Pengyu Tianjin. At this time, Yi Tian still had 7,000 points in his hand, which seemed to be a lot, but it was actually not many. For example, to buy Zilin clothing, one piece requires 100 points, and it can only last for dozens of days in the innate source. After dozens of days, it will not be able to resist the erosion of purple light, and it is necessary to buy Zilin clothing again. It is conceivable that a person may need more than 1 Zilin Yi. In addition, Yi Tian took a look at the prices of some treasures on the system. The most common chaotic supernatural powers require 500 points, while the price of chaotic supernatural powers ranked among the 3,000 chaotic supernatural powers requires at least 2,000 points. Chaos supernatural power requires at least tens of thousands of points. This is just the purchase of chaotic supernatural powers. If you purchase the corresponding high-level innate source items, you will need to pay a lot of prices. Therefore, the mere 7,000 points are not much at all. Yi Tian didn't know what the innate origin was, so he didn't rush to buy Zilin clothes, but prepared to accumulate more virtual sky points. In the virtual world, there are many ways to obtain virtual points, such as completing some tasks, but it is difficult to obtain any tasks here. You can also trade with other people to obtain virtual points, or use your own treasures or traded with the system to get virtual points. However, the third method is the dumbest. Because the price of systematically recovered treasures is half the normal price, or even lower. For example, Yi Tian has a treasure that can only be sold to the system for 10 points. If you buy it from the system, you will need to spend at least 20 points, but if you sell it to others, maybe you can sell 18 points. Therefore, selling to other disciples to get points is undoubtedly the best way. Therefore, Yi Tian can trade inside the Zushan temple and trade obsidian gold. Obsidian gold is an extremely cherished resource, and many people want it. It's just that Yi Tian was only used to trade chaotic supernatural powers before, and those people did not have the inheritance of chaotic supernatural powers, so they could not trade obsidian gold at all. But now Yi Tian uses obsidian gold to trade Zushan points, and everyone in the Zushan lineage can trade some obsidian gold. As time passed, Yi Tian had more and more virtual sky points in his hands. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, half a month has passed, Yi Tian has accumulated more than 60,000 points. With a lot of points in hand, Yi Tian also became arrogant, and began to buy Chaos Divine ability and the corresponding innate origin. Yi Tian is not stupid, and would not buy those heaven-defying chaotic supernatural powers, because the price of those chaotic supernatural powers is too high, and even if they are trained, they are only prototypes of chaotic supernatural powers, at most comparable to the perfect state of great supernatural powers. His strength is not very helpful. What's more, he just needs to practice a chaotic supernatural power, condense the prototype of the Tao, and then inscribe the Tao pattern on the virtual heaven body. Therefore, it doesn't matter whether the chaotic supernatural power is powerful or not. He wants quantity, not quality. King Kong's supernatural powers contains the King Kong Avenue and the Devil's Road, bought it. The supernatural power of the sword contains the Avenue of Fast and the Avenue of the Sword, I bought it. Leading Zhao Zushan sword supernatural power contains the Avenue of the Virtual Sky and the Avenue of Swords, bought it. A door of chaotic supernatural powers and the corresponding innate source things fell into Yi Tian's hands. After a while, Yi Tian's more than 60,000 points were almost exhausted, and only more than 1,000 points remained. In exchange, there are 10 great supernatural powers and the corresponding innate origins, and they are all chaotic supernatural powers carefully selected by Yi Tian. The Tao of the blade is very good, it is the Tao of weapons, and it is the chaos divine ability of the Tao of weapons that Yi Tian has never been in contact with. And once the prototype of the Tao of the blade has been condensed, Yi Tian's Tao of the blade realm has soared, and the heavenly blade system will also become stronger. Certainly, with so many chaotic supernatural powers, Yi Tian also takes a long time to cultivate, so he is not in a hurry. At this time, the news from the innate origin finally came out. Chapter 888 Great Fortune, The Secret of the Ninth Order Life Level. The innate origin that the gate of origin in the purple light world is connected to is not very large, but it is not careful, it is equivalent to the size of a big world in the past. In addition to the terrifying purple light erosion, the innate origin is only threatened by various purple light creatures, most of which come from the purple spirit goldworm in the innate origin. However, the number of Zilling golden insects is not many. Most of the Zilling golden insects rushed out of the innate origin and were killed in the Zigguang world. Therefore, the remaining purple spirit gold insects are not a big threat. The real chance is the various innate origins in the innate origin. These innate origins can expand the potential of the physical body, temper the soul, and transform the soul. The real great fortune of the innate origin is the innate origin pool. Once you enter the innate origin pool, you can use the innate origin pool to reshape the body and soul, and complete a life evolution. In the chaos, most of the lives below the destiny realm are lives below the 7th order life, and the best can reach the 7th or 8th order life level. For example, Yi Tian is now an 8th order life, and this is the evolution of life completed with the help of the virtual heaven body. But the 8th order life level is not the limit, and there are 9th order 217 lives. But the 9th order life cannot be cultivated, even the virtual heaven body and the Xuanxu formula cannot create the 9th order life, and there is no life level practice to cultivate the 9th order life. In the chaos, the 9th order life is only born. However, once most of the 9th order beings are born, they are born in the realm of destiny, and as a result, there are almost no gods at the 9th order life level. But the innate source pool can change the fate against the sky, so that the gods can reshape the body and create the 9th order life level. Of course, the attraction of the innate origin pool to Tianjin is also unimaginable, because many Tianjin are still in the 8th order life level, and it is difficult to break the shackles and be promoted to the 9th order life level. The news of the innate origin pool made countless gods and heavenly monarchs go crazy, buying a lot of Zilin clothes and other items at all costs to prepare for entering the innate origin. But soon, another news came that it was dangerous to use the innate source pool to reshape the physical body. Because this innate source pool is different from the normal innate source pool, it contains terrifying purple light energy, which can transform the body better to a certain extent. Instead, it will collapse. Except for one heavenly sovereign who created the 9th order life level, the other heavenly sovereigns fell into the innate origin pool one by one, and even dozens of heavenly sovereigns on the heavenly sovereign list fell. How powerful is the Tianjin list? They are all geniuses in the chaos, and they are all true Tianzhao in the Daozu forces, and each one is expected to become the existence of the true ancestor. But now, they are gone. For a time, many people hesitated and did not dare to rashly enter the innate origin pool. However, there are still many people who are willing to enter the innate origin, and even if they do not enter the innate origin pool, they can still collect other resources. In short, the innate origin is still a place of great opportunity, and it is worth taking risks for everyone. Yi Tian bought 10 pieces of Zilin clothes and came to the world of purple light, ready to enter the innate origin. Although some heavenly sovereigns on the list of heavenly sovereigns fell into the innate source pool, few heavenly sovereigns who really belong to the Taoist forces died. For example, Pengyu Tianjin and others did not go to death, because the Taoist forces were very clear about the meaning of the innate source pool, and only some Tianjin among the true ancestors, who did not understand anything and were not prepared, tried to use the innate source pool to evolve life level, and thus fell there. The only heavenly monarch who successfully transformed and advanced to the ninth order life level was a heavenly monarch of the Taoist forces. Yi Tian, as the Daozi of the Zushan lineage, was also quickly informed about the secrets of the innate origin pool. Many celestial monarchs and god generals probably don't know that the innate CJFI source pool only gives hope to advance to the ninth order life level. If you really want to completely transform, you also need a supreme physical secret method, and only the Taoist ancestors created it. Only with that kind of secret method can you be sure to transform your physical body. If you don't have this kind of supreme physical secret method, even if you can guarantee your life, you will not be able to advance to the ninth order life level. Yi Tian thought to himself. He has this kind of supreme fleshly body secret technique on him, that is, the virtual heaven body. With a virtual body, he does not need other secret techniques, and he can use the innate source pool to advance to the ninth level of life, but the premise is that he must resist the erosion of the purple light energy in the innate source pool. All Taoist ancestors have a certain way to resist the erosion of purple light, but the price is too high, and there is no certain points to exchange for those treasures, and Zilani is not good at all, because Zilani blocks the energy of purple light, but if it absorbs the energy of the innate source pool, it must absorb the energy of purple light. The purple light energy that entered the body eroded the flesh, and Zilani had no way to expel it. It is precisely because of this problem that the gods and monarchs of the Tao ancestral level forces did not dare to enter the innate source pool rashly, and could only wait for the opportunity. But the energy of the innate source pool is not endless. At most, dozens of people are allowed to use the innate source pool to advance to the ninth order life. Once the energy of the innate source pool is exhausted, it means that this great good fortune will be lost. Yi Tian knew very well that compared with those heavenly sovereigns, he did not have much advantage. If those heavenly sovereigns thought of a way to resist the energy of purple light, then the innate origin pool would not have his share. Therefore, he must first enter the innate source pool. And his advantage is also great, that is, he has the talent of purple light and the talent of purple armor. Moreover, his purple light talent and purple armor talent far exceed the talents of other purple spirit gold bugs, because he copied the talents of countless purple beetles and integrated them into his body one by one. Much stronger before. Purple light talent and purple armor talent, this is Yi Tian's real trump card. In the depths of the purple light world, a purple portal is suspended here. Yi Tian came here, saw this purple gate, dressed in purple robes, and entered it without hesitation. Wow! Passing through the purple gate, Yi Tian entered the innate origin. Boom! The rich purple light eroded, causing Yi Tian to frown deeply. Compared with the purple light world, the power of purple light here is several times stronger. If you don't use Zilani, Tianjin can't hold on for a few breaths. What a terrifying purple light energy! I am afraid that the purple light energy in the innate origin pool is even more terrifying, and the heavenly monarchs can't hold on to a breath, no wonder so many people died in the innate origin pool. Yi Tian secretly said. Yi Tian kept traveling, and soon came to the innate origin pool. Chapter 889 The Ninth Order Life, the God General of the 9-star early stage. At this time, only a few people were cultivating in the innate origin pool, and more people were watching from the outside. The huge innate source pool is like a lake, and the rich innate source aura permeates out, but many people don't dare to stay here any longer, and often just come over to take a look and immediately leave. Yi Tian's arrival attracted the attention of many people. It's the Wanfa Daozi of the Zushan lineage, and he's here too. Did he come to have a look too? I must have come to take a look. Is it possible or is it impossible to enter the innate source pool? He is an 8-star peak god general, and he is so different from Tianjin, even Tianjin dare not enter the innate source pool. If he dares to enter, then, isn't it courting death? Look, he is walking towards the innate origin pond. God, he has stepped into the innate origin pond. Yi Tian entered the innate source pool, and everyone was shocked. Without him, just because Yi Tian is a direct descendant of Taoist ancestors. As a direct descendant of Taoist ancestors, how high is its potential? As long as it does not fall in the future, it will become the true ancestor, and there is even a glimmer of hope to become a Taoist ancestor. It can be said that even if Yi Tian does not go to the innate source pool, his potential will still be against the sky in the future, so there is no need to take risks. However, Yi Tian risked his life to enter the innate source pool. Daozi, go and don't enter the innate origin pool. A Tianjin of the Zushan lineage quickly reminded. However, Yi Tian had already entered the innate origin pool and did not listen to the opponent's dissuasion at all. Boom! As soon as he entered the innate origin pond, the extremely rich source energy was eroded by the purple light energy. Under such erosion, the luster of Zilin continued to dim, and it couldn't last for long. Yi Tian manipulated Zilin and released a trace of innate origin into his body. Boom! The terrifying change has arrived, and the physical body begins to transform rapidly. It is not the transformation of the physical strength, but the transformation of the level of life. However, what followed was that the purple light continued to erode the flesh. Purple light talent, open. Purple armor talent, open. Two kinds of talents related to purple light, coupled with the virtual heaven body, make Yi Tian easily resist the purple light energy, unless other people have special means, or Tianjin list Tianjin is far less than him. The transformation of the life level has caused Yi Tian's countless cells to transform every moment in the process of destruction and rebirth. No elixir is far from being comparable to the innate source. This is a truly advanced life energy, the purest source energy. Even a Taoist ancestor could not create such an innate source. It didn't take long for the Zilin clothes on his body to hold on any longer, and Yi Tian hurriedly changed into a new Zilin clothes. At present, with his strength, he can only attract a little innate origin. If he loses Zilin, he will be covered by infinite purple light energy. Even if he has purple light talent and purple armor talent, he can't resist. With the passage of time, Yi Tian consumed each piece of Zilin clothes, and the degree of life transformation became faster and faster. The promotion from the 8th order life to the 9th order life is a real big transformation, a super sublimation of life, and it is not achieved overnight, so Yi Tian needs a long time to complete the transformation. Underestimate the process of transforming an 8th order life into a 9th order life, a dozen or so Zilin clothes are simply not enough. Yi Tian secretly said, if he leaves the innate origin pool now, the previous exercises will be wasted, and he will withdraw from the transformation halfway, which will also affect his foundation, and it will take a long time to make up for it. When he recovers his foundation and wants to come to the innate origin pool, the energy of the innate origin pool may be exhausted. Look for the help of the disciples of Zushan Temple. 1. Yi Tian thought to himself. Therefore, he transmitted his voice to the nearby disciples of the Zushan lineage, and exchanged Zilin from them. If it was someone else, I'm afraid they wouldn't be able to exchange Zilin clothes, but Yi Tian is a direct descendant of Taoist ancestors, but he really survived in the innate origin pool, and no one dared not give Yi Tian face. Soon, each piece of Zilin clothes fell into Yi Tian's hands. At the same time, the news of Yi Tian cultivating in the innate origin pool spread out, causing a huge sensation. God of War Tower. Goddess Yunzi was shocked when she heard the news of Yi Tian. Wanfa Daozi actually entered the innate origin pool, and he gathered the treasures to fight against the energy of purple light so quickly. The left wolf god of the Zushan lineage learned that Yi Tian had entered the innate origin pool and wanted to compete with Yi Tian, but he resisted the impulse. According to his intelligence analysis, he was still unable to enter the innate origin pool, live. Even if his strength is stronger than Yi Tian, entering the innate source pool often has nothing to do with strength, but he doesn't know that even the Tianjin list has fallen and died. If you want to enter the innate source pool, there is only one way, and that is to fight against the energy of purple light. Otherwise, if you want to advance to the 9th order life level, it is simply courting death. The god generals in the previous life on the god general list are crazy, and they are preparing crazy one by one, because once Yi Tian successfully advances to the 9th order life, he will definitely be able to enter the 9-star god general. For flowers, they don't want to be surpassed by Yi Tian. Time passed by day, and Yi Tian almost went through the most critical moment in the innate origin pool. Many people are wondering if Yi Tian can break the shackles and become a 9th order life form. Being able to persist in the innate source pool for a long time does not mean that you can really break the level of life. Come on, come on. Yi Tian has always been concerned about the situation in his body. Although the physical body is severely corroded, his life breath is as majestic as hundreds of millions of suns, and a single ray of life breath can turn into a sun to illuminate a big world. His life level completely surpassed the 8th order life, and was even comparable to the ordinary 9th order life. At this moment, his physical body has been transformed successfully, only the soul is missing, and the soul has also transformed into 90%, and the last transformation is left. Once the soul transforms and enters the 9th order life soul, then the whole person completely becomes the 9th order life. Give me a breakthrough. Yi Tian's twinkling, the invisible shackles shattered one after another under the soulless power. That is the shackle of the soul, and it is also the last shackle that binds the ninth order life. But this last shackle disappeared under the impact of the innate source. If you rely on your own strength, it is almost impossible to break, and you can only rely on the innate source pool. The shackles are broken, and the ninth order life becomes. In an instant, Yi Tian's life level began to change, and the physical strength also began to change. This is a big breakthrough and a big transformation in strength. Every second, Yi Tian's strength is improving, which is an improvement beyond everything. A few hours later, Yi Tian truly completed the transformation and walked out of the innate source pool. He didn't want to stay in the innate source pool all the time. If something changed, even his ninth order life wouldn't be able to withstand the endless purple light. Ancestral Monument. On the list of gods, Yi Tian's ranking has not changed, but the realm above has changed. He is no longer an 8-star peak god general, but a 9-star early stage god general, but his combat power is not as good as other 9-star early stage god generals, and he is considered the weakest among 9-star early stage god generals. But no matter what, Yi Tian still stepped into the ranks of the 9-star early stage gods. Chapter 890 The Legend of the 10-star General. The 9-star early god general, I am now fully qualified to transcend. 1. Yi Tian muttered. From the detachment of the big universe, the potential improvement is far from being comparable to the general detachment. However, once detached, there is no way to continue to improve at the level of the gods, and he will reach the destiny realm long after detachment, and he still has a lot of potential to tap. The 9-star early stage god general is far from his limit, and even wants to raise his strength to the peak of 9-star. The greatest good fortune of the innate origin is the innate origin pool, which is a great fortune that creates a 9th order life, and Yi Tian has become a 9th order life, so the innate origin is irrelevant to him. But others are still eager to enter the innate origin. As time goes by, a famous general and Tianjin have entered the innate origin, and the 9th order beings born are also born one by one. At this time, Yi Tian retreated and practiced in the Hall of Void Heaven. 217. This day, the Taoist ancestor of the Zushan lineage, the incarnation of Zushan Taoist consciousness came to the Zushan temple and appeared in front of Yi Tian again. Master. Yi Tian bent down and said. He was surprised why Zushan Daozu came here again. After all, for Daozu, few things can attract their attention, even the innate origin is far from enough to attract them. It can even be said that the ancestral monument is useless to Daozu, but it is of great use to the forces under Daozu, and it is worthy of Daozu to come forward. Before Yi Tian came to see him, he was qualified to become a pro-preacher, and Shu Tian had to come forward. But now, he can't think of why Zushan Daozu would take the initiative to see him again. Yi Tian, you are very good, you have entered the 9-star early stage god general in a short period of time, and the virtual heaven body has also made great progress. Shu Tian Daozu praised. Thank you for your praise, Master. Yi Tian said. Yi Tian, this time as a teacher, I want to tell you that if you are sure, it's best to step into the 10-star god general and then go detached, and the last time you need to step into the 9-star peak god general. As the teacher can see, you have adventures, you have a lot of original talents and extreme talents, and your understanding talents are also very high. The peak of 9 stars is nothing to you. Your only disadvantage is resources. In the big universe, many rare resources are lacking, but as the Daozi of the Zushan lineage, you have the right to exchange and purchase some precious resources, so the Zushan lineage has enough qualifications to help you go further. Zushan Daozu said solemnly. 10-star God General, Master, isn't the limit of the level of God General not a 9-star peak? Yi Tian was shocked. No, the real limit is the 10-star God General, but the 10-star God General is almost a legend. After all, the 9-star peak is an extravagant hope for the peerless genius, let alone the 10-star God General. But over the countless years of chaos, although there are few 10-star generals, there are still some, but they are too old. In recent times, there is not even a 10-star general, so no one knows that there are 10-star generals above the peak 9-star generals. 10-star gods do not distinguish between strong and weak, stepping into 10-star gods will no longer be able to improve their strength. Yi Tian, you are a native creature of the great universe, if you are detached by 10-star gods, your potential will be higher than 10-star gods. You will be stronger. As a teacher, it is not for potential, but an opportunity for you to attack the 10-star generals. You should know that if you want to become a Taoist ancestor, you must use the ancestral monument. If there is no ancestral monument, it is difficult to get along. Although the Void Heaven Tao body gives you a certain chance to join the Tao without the help of the ancestral monument, it is guesswork after all, and you are not even sure if you are a teacher. But if you have stepped into the 10-star general, then you do not need it 100%. With the help of ancestral monuments. Zushin Daozu revealed. What? The 10-star gods will be able to join the Tao without the need for an ancestral monument in the future. Yi Tian's pupils shrank suddenly and said inconceivably. Not bad. Zushin Daozu affirmed. The potential of the 10-star god general is unimaginable, and it does not require the ancestral monument to join the Tao. It can be said that once you become a 10-star god general, you will definitely become a Taoist ancestor. In fact, using the ancestor monument combining the Tao is a helpless act. Although one can become a Taoist, it wears down the foundation to a certain extent, and it is not a perfect fit. After becoming a Taoist, the strength will increase very slowly. However, the Taoist who relies on his own combined Tao, every time one is an incomparably powerful existence, and even a teacher can't match such a Taoist ancestor. At the beginning, the teacher was the realm of destiny that the 9-star peak god general entered. The Taoist ancestor of his own way, and you are the most promising one. Master, this disciple must do his best to attack the 10-star god general. Yi Tian assured. Just do your best. You have cultivated the virtual heaven body. If you evolve the virtual heaven body to a certain extent, you may only need to upgrade to the level of the 9-star peak god general. In the future, there is also a 30–40% hope that you will rely on yourself to achieve the Taoist realm. Shu Tian Daozu said. Zushin Daozu didn't stay for too long and left soon. But before leaving, Shu Tian Dao ancestor instructed Yi Tian about the practice of Shu Tian Dao body. After all, Yi Tian has been groping the Taoist body by himself, and he doesn't quite understand many aspects, but after the guidance of Taoist Zushin, Yi Tian will progress faster in the future, at least in the aspect of engraving the Taoist pattern will be much faster than before. In the days that followed, Yi Tian tried his best to comprehend the supernatural powers of chaos. The innate source place was very lively. Hundreds of years later, the goddess Yunzi of the God of War Tower successfully entered the 9th order life level with the help of the innate source pool, which shocked many people. The left wolf god general of the Zushin lineage also entered the 9th order life after 1,000 years, and stepped into the 9-star mid-stage god general's combat power in one fell swoop. However, the potential of the left wolf god general is only so, but the god general of the middle stage of the 9 stars is much stronger and has a greater potential than the god general of the early 9 stars. Don't underestimate this point. The gap in the future may be the gap between the high-level true ancestor and the top true ancestor. In the blink of an eye, thousands of years have passed. On this day, news came from the innate origin, and the innate origin pool was completely exhausted. However, more than 29th order beings were born in the big universe, of which 6 were god generals and the rest were all heavenly monarchs. Afterwards, a small number of heavenly sovereigns and several 9-star early-stage gods spent a huge price and left the big universe with the help of the outside world's true ancestors, because their purpose was to use the great fortune of the innate origin, and they did not want to stay in the big universe all the time. Stay inside. However, there are still a large number of 5.8 heavenly monarchs and god generals who stayed in the great universe, preparing for future opportunities. The left wolf god is about to leave. Yi Tian got the news quickly, but didn't care too much. Zhuo wolf god will obviously feel that the cultivation environment of the big universe is far inferior to chaos, and he feels that he is not qualified to compete for the ancestral monument, so he is unwilling to stay in the big universe. After all, he is the divine general, and there are still 3 realms of destiny, true spirit, and true ancestor. I don't know how long it will take to become the true ancestor. Perhaps the battle for the ancestral monument has started, and he has not yet become the true ancestor. Not everyone has the same confidence as the goddess Yunzi, and the Zhuo wolf god general is not confident. It took countless years for him to become a 9-star god general, and his true talent is not high. After the left wolf god general left, Yi Tian's name on the god general list rose by 1, and he became the number 1 god general of the Zushin temple again. Chapter 891 The 3 Extreme Supernatural Powers, the late 9-star generals. In the days that followed, Yi Tian spent the rest of the time in retreat and cultivation, except for helping the human race develop. Although the human race is weak, but with Yi Tian's relationship, it is equivalent to having Zushin Temple as a backer, so they are very comfortable in the big universe, and countless Earth-ranked powerhouses have been born, and gods and generals have appeared one by one. In addition, the human race has also given birth to several heavenly monarchs, but they are only the weakest kind of heavenly monarchs. And Yi Tian's wife Xiao Yu and younger sister Yi Yu had no hope of detachment, so after they became 4-star generals with the help of Yi Tian's countless resources, they began to attack the realm of destiny. With Yi Tian's help, the two of them were almost 100% successful and became the heavenly sovereign powerhouse in the destiny realm. In the blink of an eye, it is 100,000 years later. At this moment, Yi Tian has successfully practiced the 10 chaotic supernatural powers one by one, condensing the prototype of the Tao, making the foundation of the prototype of the Tao stronger and more stable. Then start to inscribe the Tao pattern to make the virtual heaven more powerful. Yi Tian muttered. Originally, he had already engraved 22 Tao patterns, and immediately began to inscribe the 23rd Tao pattern. Under the guidance of Dao Zuzushan, Yi Tian is now more at ease in engraving Tao patterns. Before, it took 10,000 years to inscribe a Tao pattern, but now it can be inscribed 29 successfully in 3,000 years. Under Yi Tian's unremitting efforts, a stripe pattern was successfully engraved. The 23rd Tao pattern. The 24th Tao pattern. The 25th Tao pattern. The 26th Tao pattern. Every time a Tao pattern is successfully inscribed, Yi Tian's strength is stronger. In addition, 10 Tao prototypes have been added before, which makes Yi Tian's endless Tao prototype stronger, so his strength improves quickly, and he is not far from the mid-stage 9-star general. When Yi Tian engraved the 30th Tao pattern, the virtual heaven body completely brought about a great transformation. At this moment, Yi Tian suddenly became enlightened. His imaginary body has become small. There was no entry or Shaocheng in the void heaven Tao body. If you have become a void heaven Tao body, you are the beginner, but other people can't engrave so many Tao lines like him, so they have been at the entry level and they don't even know there is Shaocheng. But Yi Tian now knows that engraving 30 Tao patterns is the small achievement of the virtual heaven. Shu Tian's Taoist body was small, Yi Tian's strength skyrocketed, and he instantly entered the ranks of the 9-star mid-stage God General. God of War Tower. Goddess Yunzi had just entered the ranks of the late 8-star gods and was very happy when she suddenly got news about Yi Tian. Wanfa Daozi has entered the 9-star midterm God General. Goddess Yunzi couldn't believe it. 9-star midterm God Generals, not many people can step into the entire chaos. For example, in the War God Tower lineage, there are not many 9-star God Generals in the past, let alone 9-star midterm God Generals. How can it be so fast? The last time Wanfa Daozi used the strength increase brought by the 9th order life level to step into the 9-star early stage God General, he should have exhausted his potential, but now he has quickly entered the 9-star mid-stage God General. If he continues to develop at this speed, after 1,000,000 years, wouldn't he be expected to enter the ranks of the 9-star peak God General? Goddess Yunzi said in shock. 9-star peak God General, that is also her goal, and even according to her estimation, it may take hundreds of millions of years for her to hope to enter that level, or even longer. Compared with Yi Tian, her progress is too slow. Anyway, you must first enter the 9 stars Divine General before you can hope to catch up with the Daozi of Wanfa. Cloud Purple Goddess dived into retreat again. And Yi Tian is still working hard to inscribe Tao patterns. 30 Tao patterns are far from his limit. The 31st Tao pattern, inscribed successfully. The 32nd Tao pattern, inscribed successfully. Unconsciously, Yi Tian's virtual heaven body has 42 Tao patterns. At the same time, Yi Tian's strength ranks among the top ranks among the mid-stage 9-star generals, but he only belongs to the second place on the list of divine generals because there is one person who is a late-stage 9-star general. Originally, that person was only in the middle stage of the 9 stars, but because he achieved the 9th order life level in the innate source pool, his strength increased greatly, and he entered the ranks of the gods in the late 9 stars. Yi Tian thought that it would take a long time for him to surpass the first person on the list of gods, but he did not expect that this person would hit the destiny realm and become a heavenly monarch. Therefore, Yi Tian officially became the first on the list of gods. Yi Tian didn't care much about this ranking. He has been ranked number 1 in the God General ranking several times. It is useless to go up and down, and his strength is the most real. There are 42 Tao patterns, but it is still far away from the completion of the Void Heaven Tao body. I don't know how many Tao patterns are needed to train the Void Heaven Tao body to the ultimate level. Yi Tian thought to himself. Right now, all the chaotic supernatural powers in his hands have been practiced, and there is no new inheritance of chaotic supernatural powers. There are still some chaotic supernatural power inheritances in the Void Heaven Temple system, but they are relatively expensive. He does not have many points now, so he is not ready to exchange them. I am afraid that even Zushan Daozu did not expect that his cultivation speed was so fast. First, cultivate a great supernatural power to the extreme level. The other 9 star gods basically have one extreme supernatural power, and I have become a mid-stage 9-star supernatural power, but I don't even have a single extreme supernatural power. It's a shame. Suddenly, Yi Tian began to fully comprehend the great divine ability. ***, great destruction, eternal light. These 3 great supernatural powers are all at the peak of Dachang, and they are only one step away from the realm of perfection, so Yi Tian is the first to understand these 3 supernatural powers. 217 With the help of divine level super enlightenment talent and Yi Tian's achievement of the 9th order life level, the soul has transformed, and the basic comprehension has increased a lot. In addition, with the small achievement of the virtual heaven, the strength of the soul has been greatly improved, and the comprehension has been greatly improved. Much improved. Therefore, Yi Tian's current comprehension is definitely above the Yunzi goddess. After tens of thousands of years, the Great Immortality Technique, Great Destruction Technique, and Hengguang Divine Ability have all entered the state of perfection. After that, Yi Tian specialized in comprehending the Great Immortality Technique. Once he has practiced the Ultimate Immortality Technique, Yi Tian's life-saving ability and defense ability are extremely exaggerated, and it is difficult to die. And this took Yi Tian 30 times. It can be seen how difficult it is to comprehend the technique of the limit level. The immortality technique has been raised to the limit level. Yi Tian's strength has improved a lot, but he still hasn't entered the late stage of 9 stars, but the gap is not big. As a result, Yi Tian began to comprehend the Hengguang divine ability again. The difficulty of comprehending this great divine ability was slightly smaller. In addition, Yi Tian had a new understanding of the ultimate divine ability, and the difficulty of comprehending it was lowered. After 200,000 years, Yi Tian raised the Hengguang divine ability to the extreme level. After another 210,000 years, Yi Tian successfully raised the Great Destruction Technique to the extreme level. With the 3 extreme supernatural powers in hand, Yi Tian's strength skyrocketed again, instantly entering the ranks of the late 9-star god generals. Chapter 892 Originium Mineral Vein. Hundreds of thousands of time passed. Yi Tian cultivated the arithmetic of the great god and several great supernatural powers to the extreme level, and once again possessed several extreme supernatural powers. His strength increased a little. However, at this level, no matter how many extreme magical powers Yi Tian has practiced, his strength will not increase too much. After all, the gap between extreme magical powers is not too big. To release all of them, it also needs to be displayed one by one, so the strength cannot be transformed. Even allowing Yi Tian to become the number 1 supernatural power of the 3,000 supernatural powers only increased his strength by a small amount. The ultimate supernatural power will not be comprehended for the time being. Let's find a way to exchange the chaotic supernatural power. Yi Tian secretly said, points are needed to redeem chaos divine ability, and his points are not many. Many resources have been exchanged, and even obsidian gold is not much left. In desperation, Yi Tian entered the purple light world again. He was going to collect more resources in Ziguang world, but what he never expected was that there were not many resources in Ziguang world. Zilani and other things that can resist the purple light allow many strong people to enter and exit the purple light world at will. So many gods and heavenly emperors pour into the purple light world, collecting resources wantonly, so that the resources of the purple light world are almost scarce, and new resources even birth takes a long time. Therefore, the originally rich purple light world has now become a resource-poor world. Without resources, there will be no points, and it will be difficult to exchange chaotic supernatural powers. Yi Tian frowned. Of course, he can use time to boil. As the Daozi of Zushan's lineage, he will be rewarded with tens of thousands of points every million years. 10 million years is equivalent to 100,000 points, and 100 million years is equivalent to 1 million points. What a lot of points for everyone else. Therefore, the Daozi of the Zushan lineage do not lack points at all, and they do not lack resources, and they can cultivate in a step-by-step manner. But Yi Tian couldn't wait that long. He couldn't spend 100 million years to attack the peak 9-star god general's combat power. The speed was too slow. Therefore, he must collect enough resources to exchange points to make himself progress quickly. Next, Yi Tian dispatched many human race elites to go to various places in the cosmos to help him collect information in places with rich resources. Many places in the entire universe are great treasures, but they cannot be explored, and there may be many places that are comparable to the purple light world, or even surpass the purple light world. In short, the newly promoted universe is full of resources and opportunities. A day in 5,000 years. Yi Tian received a message, which was sent by a certain exploration team of the human race. Found a treasure. Yi Tian is not excited. Over the past few thousand years, the human race has indeed found a lot of treasures, but those treasures are relatively treasures. For example, it is a real treasure for ordinary gods in Tianjin, but for him it is very ordinary, and all resources are worth thousands of points at most. This point is of little use to him. For Yi Tian, the treasure land that can harvest tens of thousands of points at one time is the real treasure land. Yi Tian naturally ignored the information from this exploration team and rushed over quickly. After all, if he did find the treasure, if he didn't go, wouldn't he regret it later? It's here. Yi Tian came to a continent and saw the human race's expedition team. This is an expedition team composed of strong earthly respected people, and the leader of the team is a one-star general. I have seen the ancestors. The human race powerhouses respectfully said. Human ancestor is Yi Tian's title in the human race. After all, the human race can surpass other races and become the strongest race. It is entirely Yi Tian's credit. In addition, Yi Tian brought the most complete inheritance and cultivation path from the Zushan temple to the clan, and was honored as the ancestor of the human race by later generations. Let's leave this continent first, it's too dangerous, it's not the place for you to stay. Yi Tian said. Yes. The members of the expedition team nodded. Although they have only just entered this continent, they have also seen the dangers of this continent. There are too many Earth-level creatures, and they are everywhere, and there are many creatures comparable to Tianjin. If it weren't for some life-saving things, they would have died long ago. However, they still found many precious treasures, and they are everywhere, which is enough to prove that this continent is very precious and of great value. After the people of the human race left, Yi Tian really seriously explored the situation of this continent. Resources are indeed very rich, and many elixir plants are even helpful to Tianjin. Yi Tian was very excited. This continent is not small, so many resources accumulated together, it is also an unimaginable wealth. Immediately, Yi Tian transformed into thousands and began to continuously collect the resources of this continent. Earth-level creatures block the way, kill. Destiny Realm creatures block the way, kill. With Yi Tian's strength, ordinary Destiny Realm creatures are no different from ants, unless it is a very powerful Destiny Realm creature that is enough to defeat Yi Tian. But not long after the birth of the big universe, many creatures with powerful bloodlines were difficult to grow up quickly, most of them were in the early or middle stage of the Destiny Realm, and they could not threaten Yi Tian at all. With the passage of time, Yi Tian has collected too many resources, and his net worth has skyrocketed. This day, Yi Tian came to a certain mountain range in this continent and suddenly discovered an astonishing situation. Originium vein. Yi Tian sensed strong stinky breath, go down. Originium is a very precious resource, and it is also a currency for powerhouses above the Destiny Realm, but in fact, even Tianjin doesn't have much originium, and the highest level originium becomes the originium of fortune. It is rumored that the source stone of good fortune can create a true ancestor of the Tao realm, and it can also make the two universes merge into a big universe. The source stone of good fortune is too rare, but the source stone is not so rare, but the value is also very high. Originium can assist in cultivation, it can also assist in comprehending the Tao, and it can even be used to heal injuries. It can be said, Liao de Jiao, that originium is a kind of universal energy stone. If a vein of originium appeared in the chaos, it would be enough to cause two great forces to fight. There is an originium exchange record for the Zushan vein. One originium is worth 10 points. This is the normal originium price, but I don't know how many originiums this originium vein has. Yi Tian started mining immediately. He also knew that if this source stone vein was bred for hundreds of millions of years, more source stones might be born, but by that time, he would not be able to occupy it, and it would definitely be occupied by other forces. Now that other forces don't know about it, he takes the lead in digging and digs up the source stone, and then it truly belongs to himself. To dig, to dig, to dig. Yi Tian acted as a miner, digging every day and every night, and one originium fell into Yi Tian's hands. The entire ore vein is not big. In just half a month, Yi Tian hollowed out this ore vein. And the harvest is unimaginably huge. Chapter 893 9-star Peak God General. I didn't expect to harvest so many originium stones. Yi Tian was quite excited. A total of 62,904 originium and 62 medium-grade originium have been harvested from this originium vein. Middle-grade originium is a higher-level originium, and it is relatively rare in chaos. Most of the originiums are low-grade, so the value of middle-grade originium is very high. In the chaos, a middle-grade originium is equivalent to 100 low-grade originium, but no one actually trades like this. If you really trade, you can even trade 200 low-grade originium. More than 60,000 low-grade origin stones are equivalent to more than 600,000 points. Together with the other resources harvested on this continent this time, you can probably get nearly 700,000 points in total. Yi Tian calculated. What is the concept of 700,000 points? How many chaotic supernatural powers can be exchanged for? Ordinary chaotic supernatural powers are only 2 or 3,000 points, and top chaotic supernatural powers are only 10,000 to 20,000 points at most. In other words, Yi Tian is enough to exchange for more than 100 chaos divine ability. Of course, Yi Tian still needs to exchange some high-level innate sources, and 217 also needs some points. No matter what, Yi Tian is currently not short of points. A few years later, Yi Tian basically collected the high-level resources on this continent and left this continent. Afterwards, Yi Tian informed the Zushan Temple of the coordinates of this continent, and asked the Zushan Temple to develop together with the human race. After all, there are still many resources on this continent, but Yi Tian is too lazy to collect them slowly. Back at the Hall of Void Heaven, Yi Tian began to frantically exchange points with others. What? Wanfa Daozi obtained the Source Stone vein. Many disciples were shocked when they heard the news. Everyone needs Origin Stone. If the Origin Stone is traded to the Zushan system, it will be greatly discounted. Therefore, Yi Tian directly trades with the heavenly monarchs of the Zushan Temple, and one Origin Stone is traded for 1 point. Originium is a scarce item, and points are not necessarily scarce. Therefore, many people are willing to trade with Yi Tian. In a short period of time, Yi Tian traded to 600,000 points. Afterwards, Yi Tian began to exchange Chaos Divine ability and the corresponding high-level innate origin from the virtual sky system. 7th CJFI, 6 Chaos Supernatural Powers. Yi Tian has almost completed the exchange of the chaotic supernatural powers on the system, and some of the avenues have even overlapped, but still haven't collected 100 chaotic supernatural powers. There are naturally more than so many magical powers in the Zushan lineage, but the system of the Zushan Temple is only a subsystem, and the resources contained in it and the inheritance of chaotic magical powers are not many, so Yi Tian can only exchange so many chaotic magical powers. These chaotic supernatural powers are basically common, but there are 2 chaotic supernatural powers that are very precious and powerful. One is the Blood River Immortality Technique. Once this chaotic supernatural power is displayed, a blood river can be created, covering a territory. If the blood river is not destroyed, it will not die. And the blood river is not easy to annihilate, because the root of the blood river is rooted in the depths of the avenue, and it can be destroyed by extraordinary means. Therefore, people who have practiced the Blood River Immortality Technique will not die even if they encounter a powerhouse that is 1 level stronger. If the Blood River Inextinguishable Technique is cultivated to the limit level, it is the ultimate chaotic supernatural power. Even if the true monarch at the peak of the true spirit realm is cultivated, the general true ancestor cannot kill such a strong person. Therefore, the Blood River Indestructible Technique ranks 32nd in chaos supernatural powers. Although it ranks lower than time and space teleportation, its real practicability is not weaker than that of time and space teleportation. Another chaotic supernatural power is the Golden Wing Soul Chopping Technique, which is a chaotic supernatural power involving the soul, which not only cuts the body, but also cuts the soul. It is rumored that once this chaotic supernatural power is cultivated to a certain level, one can easily leapfrog and fight. Yi Tian made up his mind. In the future, he will major in Golden Wing Soul Slashing and Blood River Immortality. As for other chaotic supernatural powers, he will ignore the entry. After all, a person's energy is limited, so Yi Tian couldn't have practiced all the tens or hundreds of chaotic supernatural powers to the advanced realm. There are 76 chaotic supernatural powers, and the avenues are somewhat overlapping, so Yi Tian can't inscribe 152 Dao patterns. According to Yi Tian's calculation, he could only get 81 Dao patterns, which was quite good. The days that followed were relatively simple. Yi Tian was just cultivating and cultivating. Years have passed, and the list of gods on the list has changed rapidly. Some people are unwilling to spend the level of gods, and choose to break through to the realm of destiny and become a strong heavenly monarch. And some came from behind, replacing the gods in front. In the era of the great universe, all kinds of arrogances rose up one after another, and even the human race gave birth to some peerless arrogances. Although they could not be compared with Yi Tian, they were comparable to some of the official disciples of the true ancestor. But no matter how many geniuses have risen, Yi Tian has always occupied the first place on the list of gods. The combat power of the late 9-star god general is enough to make any god general despair. More than 200,000 years have passed. At this time, Yi Tian had engraved more than a dozen Dao lines on the virtual body, and the number of Dao lines on his body had reached 59. But at this time, he still did not raise the virtual heaven body to the realm of great achievement. I have a feeling that once the 60th Dao pattern is inscribed, my phantom body should be complete. And I have practiced many chaotic supernatural powers. The prototype of the Dao has been extremely powerful, and the strength has improved a lot compared to before, and it is currently infinite. It is close to the combat power of the 9-star peak god general. If the virtual body is perfect, my strength will probably leap into the ranks of the 9-star peak god general. Yi Tian estimated. Another 10,000 years passed. On this day Yi Tian finally engraved the 60th Dao pattern. Boom! With the transformation of the virtual body, Yi Tian seemed to have transformed into a stalwart giant, and the lines were manifested in the skin, flesh, bone marrow, and internal organs, and the whole person was full of endless Dao rhythm. Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. Every part of his body is far more powerful than before. After a long time, Yi Tian completed the transformation. At the same time, Yi Tian's strength has also completed the transformation, no longer a 9-star late-stage god general, but has reached the ranks of 9-star peak god general. On the ancestral monument, Yi Tian is still a god general and turned into a 9-star peak god general. At this moment, countless forces knew the changes on the list of gods. Everyone was stunned. What is the concept of the 9-star peak god general? In the eyes of everyone, it is the highest level of the god general level, the ultimate goal pursued by the countless geniuses of chaos for countless years, and even the ultimate goal of the Taoist ancestors. No one dared to say that he would definitely be able to reach the peak of the 9 stars, and the goddess Yunzi did not dare to boast about this haiku. But Yi Tian achieved it, and achieved it at an incomparably fast speed. Chapter 894,108 Dao Patterns, Great Perfection Void Heaven Dao Body. Wan Fa Daozi has become a 9-star peak god general. Pengyu Tianjin and others in the Zushan temple were shocked. Although the 9-star peak god general is only 1 grade stronger than the 9-star late god general, the meaning of the representation is different. It is extremely difficult for a 9-star general to improve every level, and the value of 10 late-stage 9-star generals is far less than that of a peak 9-star general, which is a qualitative difference. I don't know how many peerless geniuses, all tried to attack from the late 9-star god general to the 9-star peak god general, but they all failed, delayed hundreds of millions of years, and finally had no choice but to hit the destiny realm and gave up the 9-star peak god general. At this moment, Pengyu Tianjin and others realized that Yi Tian's status had risen to a new level, far surpassing that of other Taoist ancestors and true disciples. Moreover, even if Yi Tian could not become a Taoist ancestor in the future, he would definitely be one of the strongest true ancestors. The goddess Yunzi of the God of War Tower learned that Yi Tian had become a 9-star peak god general, and couldn't help but sighed and gave up chasing Yi Tian completely. However, goddess Yunzi did not feel that her future was weaker than Yi Tian. After all, the 9-star peak god general was the limit of a god general. No matter how powerful Yi Tian was, it was only the 9-star peak. Even if Yi Tian's cultivation speed is fast, she still has the hope to reach the 9-star peak divine general, but it will take a long time. One day, she will be able to sit on an equal footing with Yi Tian. When many outsiders were talking about how Yi Tian was detached, Yi Tian continued to comprehend and cultivate, and he was attacking the 10-star general level. Year after year has passed, Yi Tian has not tried to detach, which has aroused the suspicion of many people. Some people think that Yi Tian is consolidating the foundation, some people think that Yi Tian is trying to comprehend some kind of secret technique, which is a secret technique that can only be practiced at the level of a god, and some people even think that Yi Tian has used the method of exhausting his potential to rise to the peak of 9 stars. Now there is no way out of it. Of course, those who deliberately slandered Yi Tian were only a very few, and no one took it seriously. There is only one person who really knows Yi Tian's situation, and that is Shu Tian Daozu. In a closed room, Yi Tian cultivated various chaotic supernatural powers, condensed the prototype of the Tao, and then inscribed the Tao pattern. Engraving 60 Tao patterns is the culmination of the virtual world. If the virtual world is complete, what level will his strength be improved to? In Yi Tian's view, it can definitely break through the shackles and reach the level of 10-star god general. So, Yi Tian began to inscribe a stripe pattern. The 61st Tao pattern was successfully engraved. The 60-second Tao pattern was successfully engraved. When the 70-second Tao pattern was successfully inscribed, Yi Tian's phantom body caused another great transformation, almost reaching the level of the 9-star God General, but still not reaching the 10-star God level. So, Yi Tian continued to practice and inscribe the Tao pattern. 10,000 years and 10,000 years have passed, Yi Tian has never been detached, and gradually Yi Tian has become a legend of many people. Not many people talk about Yi Tian, and more about the birth of the big universe. Which peerless genius, who hit the half-step true spirit realm and so on. I don't know if it is a resistance problem. Yi Tian condensed the prototype of the Tao and inscribed the Tao pattern as more and more difficult, and the time spent is getting longer and longer. 100,000 years. 500,000 years. 1,000,000 years. After another 1.5 million years of seclusion, Yi Tian finally engraved a full 99 Tao lines, and finally led to an unimaginable transformation. At this moment, the consciousness incarnation of the void heaven Tao body descended, wrapping Yi Tian's retreat room. Meditation breakthrough. Don't worry about being a teacher. The ancestral way of the virtual world. Yi Tian nodded, breaking through with all his heart. After a long time, the transformation of the virtual heaven body was completed, and it was much stronger than before. And Yi Tian also felt that his strength had also broken through the limit, and officially entered the ranks of 10-star gods. Master. Yi Tian stood up and bowed to Shu Tian Tao ancestor. Yi Tian, you are very good. You have entered the ranks of 10-star gods in such a short period of time. I originally thought that it would take you hundreds of millions of years to have a glimmer of hope to enter this level. Zushan Daozu was slightly surprised. The disciple is just a fluke. Yi Tian said modestly. You don't need to be humble, you can become a 10-star God General, there is no luck. However, I used special means to block the ancestral monument's induction of you, so the ancestor monument temporarily cannot know that you have become a 10-star God General. You don't need to leak the strength of your 10-star General, otherwise you will be in great trouble. Shu Tian Daozu reminded. Why? Yi Tian asked. Zushan Daozu explained. Because you are too good, although the 9-star peak God General is rare, at least one will be born in a big era, and even in a brilliant big era, it is normal to have several births. But 10-star God Generals are born. Birth is often a miracle that can only be born in countless eras. From the history of chaos, the 10-star gods have not appeared many times, but only a few 10-star gods will eventually grow up. Most of the 10-star gods are you fell, and you were killed when you didn't grow up. If you let many forces know that you are a 10-star general, you know how many people will want to kill you and don't want you to grow up. For flowers, Yi Tian was shocked when he heard it. Get out of your way as soon as possible, and then break through to the realm of destiny, so that no one will know that you have become a 10-star general. Shu Tian Daozu reminded. Yes, master. Yi Tian nodded. Then, Shu Tian Daozu left. Yi Tian's strength reached the 10-star God General, but he didn't go to detachment immediately, but continued to practice, wanting to condense the prototype of the Tao and inscribe the Tao pattern. He felt that his void heaven Tao body had not yet reached the true perfection state. Even if his strength broke the shackles, he could still continue to improve. Sure enough, after tens of thousands of years, Yi Tian finally engraved a Tao pattern, but his strength has not improved much. After reaching the general, no matter how much you improve, the strength you can wield is still so much, this is the limit. However, the more Tao patterns, the higher the foundation and the stronger the potential, this is a good thing, so Yi Tian will naturally continue to inscribe the Tao patterns. The 101st Tao pattern. The 102nd Tao pattern. The 103rd Tao pattern. The 104th Tao pattern. It took 500,000 years for Yi Tian to finally engrave the 108th Tao pattern. At this moment, Yi Tian truly felt the meaning of great perfection. His incorporeal Tao body is complete, and the Tao pattern and the body are perfectly integrated, no longer showing a trace, and the final perfect transformation has been completed. But the strength is still the 10-star God General, and there is no change. But Yi Tian knew very well that his defense had reached an unbelievable level, and even the other 10-star generals wouldn't even think about breaking his defense. Also, he was nearly immortal. With the void heaven Tao body and the blood river immortality technique, I am afraid that no one among the heavenly sovereigns can kill him, not even the first person on the heavenly sovereign list. Chapter 895 Finally detached. I can go to detachment. Although the master has helped me cover the realm, even the ancestral tablet can't know my strength, but it is impossible to help me cover all the time. Break through as soon as possible. Yi Tian muttered. Immediately, he announced that he was about to detach. This day, outside the Hall of Void Heaven. Yi Tian began to detach. The so-called detachment is to take out the soul imprint from the long river of time and space, so that the soul imprint is separated from the long river of time and space and out of the control of the universe. This is true detachment. The origin of the big universe is very powerful, and it is very difficult to get out of the long river of time and space in the big universe, but Yi Tian is a 10-star god general, even a 9-star god general can transcend the big universe. Therefore, no one thought that Yi Tian would be beyond failure. One after another, Tianjin figures appeared near this void, watching Yi Tian transcend. The heavenly monarchs of the Zushan temple are responsible for security issues on the 217. They didn't want someone to make trouble when Yi Tian was detached. After adjusting his state, Yi Tian began to become detached. I saw that Yi Tian sensed the soul imprint in the long river of time and space, and with Yi Tian's power surging, the long river of time and space appeared. In an instant, a golden light flashed from the long river of time and space, which was Yi Tian's soul imprint. Then, Yi Tian's soul imprint turned into a giant, ignoring the time and space waves of the long river of time and space, pushing everything horizontally, and walked out. Ripples in the void, the avenue vibrates. The vision of Yi Tian's detachment pervades the boundless territory, far exceeding the visions of other people's detachment. Boom! The soul imprint walked out of the long river of time and space and perfectly merged with Yi Tian's soul. At this moment, Yi Tian's soul was truly complete. In an instant, Yi Tian's aura became stronger and stronger, and endless vitality rushed in, washing Yi Tian's body. Crack! The sound of shattering sounded in the dark, representing Yi Tian breaking the shackles of the Earth Zone and the Destiny Realm. The 10-star God General's combat power still belongs to the Earth Venerable. Yi Tian was equal to the Earth Venerable Perfect Realm before, but the combat power reached the 10-star God General, but at this time, the cultivation base has reached the half-step Destiny Realm. If you want to truly reach the state of destiny, you want to complete the transformation of the physical body and transform into a chaotic life. In the past, only 50% of Yi Tian's body was transformed into a chaotic life, which belonged to a semi-chaotic life. Now the shackles of the body are gone. As long as there is pure, powerful and massive chaotic vitality, it can be transformed into a chaotic life. Before, a god will be detached, can leave the universe and enter chaos, and use the infinite chaotic vitality in chaos to transform into chaotic life, and advance to the realm of destiny. But if you leave the universe, it will be difficult to come back. If Yi Tian left the great universe now, although there is still a way to come back, the price to pay would be great. Moreover, the Zushan temple also has a training room specially prepared for the impact of the Destiny Realm, so Yi Tian does not need to leave the big universe. However, before Yi Tian really wants to hit the Destiny Realm, he still needs to go through the calamity of transcendence. Boom! In the endless void, the thunder tribulation cloud formed. One after another thunder tribulation bombarded Yi Tian's body. Each thunder tribulation was extremely powerful, and each thunder tribulation in the bat could even easily kill an ordinary 8-star god general. The last thunder tribulation can even kill the 8-star peak god general, and only the 9-star early stage god general can easily survive such a calamity of the detached, or the 8-star peak god general with more powerful life-saving, that can also survive such a situation thunder robbery. After the thunder tribulation was over, Yi Tian was truly detached. Everyone, I just broke through, I need to go back to retreat to stabilize the realm, and complete the real breakthrough in the realm of destiny, so I won't accompany you. After Yi Tian finished speaking, he left. Subsequently, the news of Yi Tian's detachment spread out, and countless forces in the entire universe were discussing Yi Tian. Practice secret room. With the help of the pure chaotic vitality here, Yi Tian continued to transform his body, and the original 50% chaotic life body slowly transformed into 100% chaotic life form, and it was a powerful chaotic life body with a virtual celestial body and a 9th order life. At the same time, the divine power in Yi Tian's body has also transformed into the divine power of chaos, and the small universe in the body has become more like a universe, and even life has been born in it, and it has begun to evolve again and again. Life will break through from the Earth Venerable to the Destiny Realm, and there will be a great explosion of cultivation. In a period of time, the cultivation speed will be very fast. For example, some gods with 7 or 8 stars, once they break through to the realm of destiny, they will directly break through to the period of destiny in a short period of time, and do not need to accumulate for a long time. Otherwise, it will take a long time to break through from the initial stage of destiny to the period of destiny, and if there are not enough resources, it will even take billions of years. And Yi Tian also felt the rapid growth of the cultivation speed, and the endless chaotic vitality poured into the body, which was easily refined by him into his own chaotic divine power. The body and chaotic power are skyrocketing every day. In addition, Yi Tian's Dao prototype also began to grow. Previously, Yi Tian's Avenue prototype was 1,000 meters long and 10,800 meters wide. After all, it was a prototype of endless avenues condensed from 108 avenues, and naturally it was not comparable to other avenues. The 1,000-meter avenue is an entry point, the 10,000-meter avenue is a minor achievement, the 50,000-meter avenue is a major accomplishment, and the 100,000-meter avenue is a complete avenue. Once the avenues are condensed to a length of 100,000 meters, it will come to an end, and it will be considered a truly successful condensed avenue. As for how to improve after reaching the true ancestor realm, Yi Tian didn't think much about it, because he was still too far away from the true ancestor. The prototype of the avenue is not in a hurry to improve. At present, I need to try to comprehend those chaotic magical powers. The previous chaotic magical powers are just prototypes. Now I only need to re-understand them, and I can obtain the chaotic magical powers of the entry-level door. My strength can be improved a lot. Yi Tian thought to himself. Immediately, he began to comprehend the chaotic supernatural powers in 5.8, and in just a few years, he had learned all the chaotic supernatural powers. Next, Yi Tian wholeheartedly improved his cultivation. Thousands of years have passed. On this day, Yi Tian left the border, and his cultivation level suddenly reached the late stage of destiny, and his strength was many times stronger than in the past. Also in the realm of destiny, Yi Tian's physical strength and chaotic divine power far surpass others. After all, Yi Tian's foundation is too strong. However, Yi Tian's strength is not enough to be on the heavenly sovereign ranking because he is still weak in many aspects. For example, the 8th and 9th layers of the Xuanshu have not yet started to practice, the chaos divine ability is only an entry level, many secret skills are outdated and cannot keep up with the current strength, the prototype of the Tao is still relatively weak, and so on. But as long as Yi Tian was given time, he would be able to improve quickly, and it wouldn't even be long before he could be on the heavenly sovereign ranking. Chapter 896 The Dark Temple, the universe is in chaos. Yi Tian's cultivation progress slowed down after his cultivation reached the late stage of destiny, but he continued to retreat and began to practice mysterious void art. Yi Tian's Xuanshu art is already at the 7th level of perfection, and now that his cultivation base has broken through, cultivating Xuanshu art has become much easier, and there are no shackles. As a result, Yi Tian's Xuanshu art broke through to the 8th level entry level, and his strength increased a lot again. The big universe is very calm. Although the major forces have frictions, they are basically small conflicts. No force dares to really fight. After all, they are all jealous of each other. If it keeps going like this, it's not bad. However, on this day, a group of strong men in black robes came from outside the universe. They are a notorious force in chaos, the Temple of Darkness. The Dark Temple is mainly based on assassination and robbery. They dare to do all kinds of bad things. They even dare to attack and kill a Taoist ancestor as long as they pay enough money. Throughout the history of the Dark Temple, several weak Taoist ancestors really died in their hands. From this point, it can be seen that the strength of the Dark Temple is very strong, there is more than one Taoist ancestor, and the number of true ancestors is even more. Now, the eyes of the Dark Temple have noticed this new cosmos. 29 This time, the Dark God Temple dispatched 10 true ancestors, and all of them are the top true ancestors. Together, they can even compete with a Taoist ancestor. Their purpose is very simple: muddy the water, seek more benefits from it, and kill some geniuses by the way, which is also what the Dark Temple likes to do. The 10 true ancestors of the Dark Temple looked at the universe and began to chat. This big universe is too calm, the eyes of the Taoist ancestors have been shrouded here, these forces do not dare to kill each other, we have to muddy the water. Hey, if Daozu can't watch this big universe, can't deduce everything, this big universe will be chaotic. At that time, the opportunity for our Dark Temple will come, and we can definitely make a lot of money. Maybe, there is still hope. Take the place in the ancestral monument. Get it now, integrate the Dark Taoist stone into this big universe, and then send some elites of the Dark Temple into it, and leave when you are done, otherwise we will be caught by a powerful Taoist ancestor, and it will not be easy for us. Left. Go ahead. The 10 true ancestors joined forces to mobilize a huge black stone, and with the power of the true ancestor, it slammed into the universe. The next moment, a black light instantly enveloped the universe, making the connection between the universe and the outside world instantly weak, and a force blocked the power of Chaos Avenue. For a time, many true ancestors and even Tao ancestors lost their connection with the great universe. Immediately, these true ancestors and Tao ancestors knew that something had happened in the great universe, and they came across the space with consciousness. At this time, the true ancestors of the Dark God Temple have already taken action to send many elites of the Dark God Temple into the great universe, and they have escaped one by one. Whoa. The consciousness incarnations of several Taoist ancestors came here, and they frowned when they saw the big universe shrouded in black light. Dark Temple, several Taoist ancestors whispered. This black light can't really stop them. If their consciousness wants to enter the big universe, it is not very difficult, but the key is that it is a little more difficult for people in the big universe to contact the outside world. Moreover, what happened in the big universe, they couldn't figure it out. What this means, they know very well. The universe is in chaos. Even if the elites under their sect were killed, they had no way of knowing who did it. I'm too careless. I should have known that the Dark Temple could not let such a big universe go, and it should have been blocking the big universe. A Taoist ancestor said regretfully. Blockade is useless. The power of the Dark Temple is not weak, and even Daozu has some. If they really want to enter the universe, we can't stop them. Fortunately, the Dark Temple only dares to act secretly, and it is difficult to mobilize too much power to enter the big universe, as long as the disciples are more careful. Another Taoist said. Actually, it's better to be a little messier. Only in competition and fighting can a real strong be born. A Taoist ancestor who likes to kill said. Afterwards, these Taoist ancestors left one by one. In fact, they didn't care too much. But some of the true ancestors later became anxious. They could put a lot of power into the big universe, and some of the true ancestors even paid a huge price, not to mention bankruptcy, but it was almost the same. If the big universe is in chaos, and their strength is wiped out, they don't even know who did it, and they don't even know who to seek revenge. Within the universe, Yi Tian quickly got the news about the great universe being shielded, and this kind of shielding is very difficult to lift. Even Tao ancestor is not willing to pay that kind of price. Sure enough, the great god's arithmetic deduction is okay, but if he wants to deduce others, he can't do it, and he can't even deduce good or bad. Yi Tian frowned. According to this situation, this big universe is going to be in chaos. In the past, everyone might be afraid of each other's background and dare not assassinate or attack, but now there is no need to worry. I'm afraid someone will assassinate me. Yi Tian mused. And this is not a possibility, but a certainty. He was not so afraid of assassination, but worried about his own family. Immediately, he spent some points, invited several heavenly monarchs who were proficient in formations, and invited them to the headquarters of the Terran Heaven Pavilion to arrange formations to protect the safety of some of the elites of the Terran and his family. As long as he stays in the Great Formation, even the top heavenly monarch is difficult to assassinate. And Yi Tian paid a great price, but he felt it was worth it. Shortly after, an organization of the Dark God Society appeared in the big universe. It was under the command of the Dark God Temple. The Dark God Society has a chaotic treasure that is proficient in space. No one knows where the headquarters is, but many forces have received invitations from the Dark God Society. Anyone can ask them to assassinate. As long as they can afford the price, they even dare to assassinate. Half-step True Spirit Realm Powerhouse. In addition, the Dark God Society also robbed the resources of ordinary small forces. In short, the universe is in chaos. Somewhere in the universe, one fell here. This force is called Tianwo sect. Its strength is not as strong as Zushin's lineage, but it also has a Taoist ancestor. The strength of the Heavenly Fire sect in the big universe is not weak. It has hundreds of heavenly monarchs, thousands of divine generals, and many races who have taken refuge in them. On this day, the Heavenly Fire sect was conspiring to do something. Chapter 897 The Assassination Plan. Heavenly Fire sect. Two heavenly monarchs are discussing a matter. They are Liang Tianjin and Buying Tianjin of Tianwo sect. Both of them are very powerful. They are both at the peak of the Destiny realm, and their strength has reached the ranks of the Tianjin list. Although they are only at the bottom of the Tianjin list, they are enough prove their power. The two of them are also the masters of the Heavenly Fire sect in the great universe. The big universe is going to be in chaos, which is both a challenge and a great opportunity for our Tianwo sect. Bai Ying Tianjin said with a smile. In the past, we would shrink our hands and feet, but now we can let go of our hands and feet, and not long ago, the Tianmo sect, one of the true ancestors, sent a message: let us deal with the disciples of the Zushan lineage. 1 inch. It is rumored that the true ancestor of our Tianmo sect has a grudge against the Zushan lineage. It seems to be true. In the past, the true ancestor did not dare to start with the Zushan lineage, because it was easy to be discovered, so he was caught by the Zushan lineage. The true ancestor is targeted. But now any fight in the universe is hidden, and I am not afraid that others will figure it out. Liang Tianjin said with a smile. HMPH, the Zushan lineage relies on several Taoist ancestors, and the number of true ancestors far exceeds our Tianmo sect, suppressing our Tianmo sect everywhere, and the last time Pengyu Tianjin stole a chance from us, I totally agree with the Zushan lineage. Moreover, the true ancestor has given us benefits, so we naturally have to do things well. But which one of the Zushan lineage is shot? If it kills ordinary disciples, it is not right at all. The Zushan lineage has no effect. Bai Ying Tianjin said. Pengyu Tianjin and other top Tianjin are very powerful, and we can't kill them at all. We can choose to kill a few weaker Tianjin, or we can directly attack the Wanfa Daozi of Zushan's lineage. 1. Liang Tianjin said coldly. What? To take action against the Wanfa Daozi of Zushan's lineage? That is the direct inheritance of Dao ancestors. Bai Ying Tianjin was taken aback. His previous idea was just to kill a genius Tianjin of the Zushan lineage, and he didn't want to deal with Yi Tian at all, because Yi Tian's status was too high. Once Yi Tian fell, it would be enough to shake the entire universe, and even cause the wrath of Taoist ancestors. Killing one Wanfa Daozi is more revengeful than killing 100 heavenly monarchs. If the true ancestor knows that we killed Wanfa Daozi, he will definitely be overjoyed and even give us rich rewards. That true ancestor is the top true ancestor. Just give us a little something, it will be worthy of our benefit for countless years. Liang Tianjin said excitedly. Bai Ying Tianjin hesitated for a long time, and finally gritted his teeth and said, did it? Wanfa Daozi is the heavenly destiny realm Tianjin who has been promoted by the 9-star peak god general, and he is a transcendence, and his status is even higher than the average 9-star peak god general Tianzhao. In the future, it is absolutely possible to easily grow into the strongest ancestor, and even leapfrog to compete with weaker ancestors. This kind of genius grows too fast. Fortunately, he has only become a god soon, and his strength is still very weak, otherwise we will not be able to deal with it at all. So must act as soon as possible. No, we won't do it. Tianjin Liang shook his head and said, if we do it, even if Daozu can't figure it out, if someone chases and kills from the traces of their actions, there may be hope that they can be traced to us, even if there is no evidence. Do you think people from the Zushan lineage will pay attention to evidence? I am afraid they will directly attack us and let us bury Wanfa Daozi. Then how to kill Wanfa Daozi? Bai Ying Tianjin asked. Dark God Society. Liang Tianjin said coldly. Dark God Society is not afraid of Zushan's bloodline, and they dare to assassinate anyone, although we need to pay a great price to ask Dark God Society to take action, but Tianwo, the true ancestor of the sect, will definitely make up for our losses. In addition, the Wanfa Daozi must be extraordinary, and it is said that he has a lot of obsidian and source stones, and the Dark God Society must also want to take on the task of assassinating him. Okay, then ask the Dark God to take action, but we can't let the Dark God know our identity. Bai Ying Tianjin said. Later, Tianjin Liang and Tianjin Baiying secretly invited the Dark God Society, and the Dark God Society also accepted this task, but as to when the assassination will be completed, it depends on the situation. For example, Yi Tian is now in the Hall of Void Heaven. No matter how bold the Dark God would be, it is impossible to directly enter the Hall of Void Heaven. Wouldn't that be courting death? In a flash, another tens of thousands of years have passed. Yi Tian has been cultivating in the Zushan temple and has not come out at all. On this day, Yi Tian finally ended the retreat. The cultivation increase effect brought about by breaking through the realm is basically much weaker. It is basically impossible for Yi Tian to quickly increase his strength now. The 8th layer Shaocheng of Xuanshu art, the peaks of several chaotic supernatural powers, the 2 secret skill systems of the Tiandao system and the chaotic source system have been basically reorganized, and the strength has increased many times. This is Yi Tian's arrangement of his own strength, but there is still no hope of hitting the Tianjin ranking. The heavenly sovereigns on the heavenly sovereign ranking are not weak, their cultivation bases have risen to the pinnacle of the destiny realm, their bodies are also very strong, and they have even mastered a chaotic supernatural power, which is in the Dacheng realm. At least tens of thousands of meters away. Compared with these heavenly monarchs, Yi Tian has many shortcomings. But Yi Tian was promoted by the 10-star god general after all, and he was a transcendence person, so he far surpassed those heavenly sovereigns from the basics, so Yi Tian's strength was actually not very far from the last place on the heavenly sovereign ranking. The reason Yi Tian went out this time was that the points were almost spent, and the resources on his body were not enough, so he had to collect resources again to see if there were any opportunities. As a heavenly sovereign who has been promoted from a 10-star god general, his foundation is too solid. Every small level of promotion requires a lot of resources. In addition, the 8th level of Xuanxu art consumes resources too fast. Even if he has more points, he still feels that it is not enough. Not only Yi Tian alright felt that the points were not enough, other Tianjin even felt that the resources and points were not enough. For example, Pengyu Tianjin has practiced for countless years. How many points are spent in such a long time? Far more than 1 million, even more than 10 million points. For this kind of Tianjin, points are basically spent in useful places, and points are always lacking. Yi Tian naturally couldn't sit on the mountain, he had to find a way to earn points. The human race has also found a lot of treasures over the years, and they have marked them one after another. Yi Tian is going to visit those treasures and collect some resources by the way. When Yi Tian left the Zushan temple, it was quickly known. In a mysterious place in the universe, the heavenly monarchs of the Dark God Society knew about Yi Tian's movements. Quote. Immediately execute the assassination plan. Target, Wanfa Daozi. A set of commands is delivered. Chapter 898 How afraid of death is he? Under the sky, Yi Tian was traveling, preparing to go to a treasure, but suddenly a sense of crisis came. Dangerous. Yi Tian looked solemn. As a Tianjin who has practiced the arithmetic of the great god, even if he does not urge the arithmetic of the great god, he has a very strong perception of danger. Immediately, Yi Tian urged the great god to do arithmetic, and soon felt that someone was ambushing him. However, he couldn't figure out who was targeting him. After all, the big universe had been blocked, so he couldn't count other people's affairs at all, and neither could he. But it is possible to figure out that you are in danger. Looks like someone's trying to assassinate me. Yi Tian guessed. He did not panic, but continued to shuttle in a very calm manner. In addition, he used the Great Immortality technique, and all kinds of defensive supernatural powers were superimposed together. The defensive supernatural powers could be superimposed and displayed without restrictions, unlike the attack supernatural powers, which could not be superimposed. Sudden, a dim light appeared in the starry sky. This dark light instantly pierced through time and space, slashing towards Yi Tian at an incredible speed. Not good. Yi Tian sensed the attack, but couldn't dodge it. The opponent's speed was too fast, surpassing everything. Yi Tian wanted to avoid such an attack, unless he cultivated the chaos divine ability of time and space movement to the realm of small achievement, he would not be able to dodge it at all. It must be a powerful Tianjin, or even a Tianjin ranking Tianjin. 230. Blood River Inextinguishable Technique. Void Heaven Dao Body. Yi Tian urged together. In an instant, a river of blood descended. And the blood river was penetrated by the dark light in an instant, and even Yi Tian's body was penetrated. A piece of Chaos Supreme Treasure defensive armor on his body was directly annihilated and shattered, and his body was almost shattered and annihilated. However, under the triple protection of the Blood River Immortality technique, the ultimate level indestructible technique, and the Void Heaven Dao body, Yi Tian was almost fine, and his body condensed again. Escape. Yi Tian used the time and space transfer technique to quickly shuttle away. At the same time, he began to summon Pengyu Tianjin, informing him that he had been attacked. Far away, a Tianjin wearing a black robe and a mask was chasing him, but Yi Tian was prepared. This Tianjin couldn't catch up with him at all. After a while, the Tianjin gave up and started to flee. If he continues to chase, once Pengyu Tianjin arrives, he may not be able to escape. Not long after, Pengyu Tianjin arrived and saw Yi Tian who was safe and sound. He was relieved. Daozi, it's fine if you're fine. Who the hell assassinated you? Pengyu Tianjin asked. I don't know. Yi Tian shook his head. I only know that that person used a dark light-like method, and he came through in an instant. If it wasn't for my life-saving means, I'd be dead. In fact, Yi Tian already knew the opponent's body, and the copy talent directly probed into the opponent's situation. But Yi Tian couldn't tell Pengyu Tianjin the actual situation, otherwise, there was no way to explain. The person who attacked Yi Tian was a heavenly king on the heavenly sovereign ranking, Haida heavenly sovereign, ranked 974th on the heavenly sovereign ranking. Daozi, where were you attacked? Pengyu Tianjin asked. Yi Tian took Pengyu Tianjin to the place where he was attacked, and Pengyu Tianjin sensed the energy fluctuations around him, so he could speculate on the magical powers that the other party used. It's the chaotic supernatural power, Ziji Dark Light, ranked 572 on the Chaos Supernatural Powers list. The opponent's Ziji Dark Light may have already practiced to the realm of mastery, and a heavenly monarch who can possess such a powerful chaotic supernatural power, even if the foundation is poor, I am afraid it can also be close to the level of the heavenly sovereign list. What's more, the heavenly sovereign who is qualified to practice chaos supernatural powers is unlikely to have a weak foundation, so the person who shoots must be a heavenly sovereign list heavenly sovereign. After Pengyu Tianjin finished speaking, he looked at Yi Tian with a surprised look. A Tianjin Bang Tianjin attacked Yi Tian, but Yi Tian was fine. This is incredible. You must know that when the heavenly sovereign ranking heavenly sovereign attacks a powerful heavenly sovereign who has never entered the heavenly sovereign ranking, it can be instantly killed with one move. And Yi Tian has only broken through to the level of Tianjin, and his strength can't be too strong. How can he save his life under the attack of Tianjin Bang Tianjin? Could it be that he used the life-saving things given by Taoist ancestors? Pengyu Tianjin guessed. Gaozi, there are at least 10 celestial monarchs who have practiced Ziji Dark Light on the bright side in the great universe, and they can't guarantee that the other party is the mysterious Tianjin who hides Ziji Dark Light, so it is impossible to confirm their identity. CJFI. Pengyu Tianjin said. Clear. Yi Tian nodded. Just one magical power can't explain anything at all. For example, he has practiced so many chaotic magical powers, and others don't know it. If you rely on a magical power to suspect others, it will easily cause trouble to the Zushan temple, and even cause hostility from other forces. Brother Pengyu, thank you. Yi Tian thanked. Gaozi is polite, but it's too dangerous recently. Gaozi should pay more attention to safety. It is best to practice in retreat in the Hall of Void Heaven. Pengyu Tianjin reminded. Yi Tian nodded. Afterwards, Pengyu Tianjin left here, and Yi Tian did not return to the Hall of Void Heaven, but instead used the time-space teleportation technique, constantly changing directions, making it impossible for people to easily grasp their whereabouts. And his purpose remains the same, still going to those treasures to collect resources. The other side, Haida Tianjin came to a stronghold of the Dark God Society and met with a controller of the Dark God Society. Black Tower, is the mission completed? The Dark God Society controller asked. Failed, Haida Tianjin said. We underestimated the evildoer of the Wanfa Daozi. His strength may not be strong, but his life-saving means are too terrible. He actually practiced the Great Immortality Technique, but the limit is the limit. The level of the Great Immortality Technique, and he has also practiced the Blood River Immortality Technique. He is already at the peak of entry, and it will not be long before he can enter the realm of small success. Moreover, his physique is very strong, and he cannot know what his physique is. In addition, he also chaos magical powers such as time and space are very similar to time and space teleportation, but I can't guarantee it. I can't catch up with him, and I can't kill the opponent with one blow. What? The Great Immortality Technique, the Blood River Immortality Technique, and the Time and Space Transfer Technique. How afraid of death is this Daozi of Wanfa, and he has all practiced life-saving supernatural powers. 1 inch. The Dark God Society controller was surprised. You must know that a person is proficient in 1 or 2 chaotic supernatural powers at most. After all, his energy is limited, and if he wants to practice a chaotic supernatural power, the price to pay is too heavy. After all, it is too harsh to meet the conditions for chaotic supernatural powers. Even the most talented peerless genius dare not try to cultivate multiple chaotic supernatural powers, and the price paid is enough to make the real ancestor go bankrupt. Therefore, he felt that Yi Tian only had a few chaotic supernatural powers and a few great supernatural powers, but Yi Tian chose all the places for these supernatural powers to save his life. What a fear of death. However, they never imagined that Yi Tian was a coward and possessed the talent of copying. He could constantly copy other people's talents and integrate them to improve his own. And Yi Tian's many talents have all been upgraded to super god level, and can be combined at will, naturally can cultivate all the chaotic supernatural powers. But the price Yi Tian paid is not understood by others. After all, the long years of duplication and fusion of billions and billions of talents, every fusion is a scourge to the soul and body. This is equivalent to the torture that has been experienced for a long time, and this kind of price is also very bearable. Temporarily abandon the plan to assassinate Wanfa Daozi. The Dark God Society controller said helplessly. Yes. Haida Tianjin replied. Chapter 899 Infinite Void Birth Technique. Didn't you continue to assassinate me? After Yi Tian collected resources and returned, he went out several times, but he didn't find anyone assassinating him, so he couldn't help guessing. Obviously, his life-saving ability made the other party temporarily give up the assassination. However, the fact that the other party no longer assassinates him doesn't mean that he's done with it. Haito Tianjin. Yi Tian was full of killing intent. He didn't know Haito Tianjin, but the other party came to assassinate him. He also inquired secretly. The specific identity of Haito Tianjin is unknown, but the other party only appeared on the Tianjin list recently, and it was the current ranking as soon as he appeared. Some people speculate that the other party is the Tianjin of the Dark God Society who caused the big change in the universe, because the Dark God Society entered the big universe, which is more in line with this news. Of course, it is not ruled out that there is a Tianjin who has the opportunity to enter the Tianjin list in an instant after his strength has improved greatly. But Yi Tian was certain that the other party was a member of the Dark God Society, so the assassination and the above speculations confirmed the other party's identity 100%. The Dark God will attack me. Will it be an active attack, or will someone ask the Dark God to kill me? Yi Tian secretly said. The whereabouts of the people of the Dark God Society are mysterious and difficult to find. Even if someone offers a reward to assassinate him, it is not easy for him to find them. I should cultivate a chaotic supernatural power that can mark the mark, so that if someone starts to attack me again, I can completely find the other party. Yi Tian thought to himself. And among the dozens or hundreds of chaotic supernatural powers he cultivated, there is no such kind of chaotic supernatural power. So, Yi Tian entered the system of Zushan Temple again to find a chaotic supernatural power that could mark the mark, and soon, he really found a similar chaotic supernatural power. Open black lens bracket. The infinite false birth technique. Close black lens bracket. This is a powerful chaotic supernatural power that ranks among the top 100 chaotic supernatural powers among the 3000 chaotic supernatural powers. It is a kind of chaotic supernatural power of tracking. Once the infinite immortality technique is hit, the other party will have no feeling at all, unless it controls a special soul-type chaotic supernatural power, or the strength is a big realm, otherwise don't even think about cracking the infinite void life technique. Once the infinite void life technique is cultivated to the extreme level, it is even possible to mark the true ancestor of the great Tao realm with the cultivation of the destiny realm and the true spirit realm separated by two great realms. From this, it can be seen that the power of this chaotic supernatural power. But the cultivation difficulty of this chaotic supernatural power is also very exaggerated, because it requires nihility talent, that is, nihility talent after the fusion of space talent and smell talent. The super god level space talent and the super god level olfactory talent are merged into a nihilistic talent, and the difficulty is too exaggerated. The super god level space talent is not difficult, but the super god level olfactory talent is too difficult, and it is even more difficult to integrate the two. And Yi Tian confused talent, so the process of merging is very simple. The only problem is that Yi Tian's olfactory talent has not reached the super god level. His olfactory talent is god level. It is very difficult to upgrade a god-level talent to a super god-level talent, and it is necessary to integrate countless god-level olfactory talents, but there are not many god-level olfactory talents in the universe. Yi Tian has been able to fuse the 3 basic talents and the 12 attribute talents into a super god level in the long years, which is a sufficient number of basic support. But if you let him raise his olfactory talent to super god level, he still doesn't know how many years it will take. Therefore, Yi Tian chose to use treasures to upgrade. In the Zushan Temple system, there is naturally a treasure that can raise a talent to super god level. Although this kind of treasure is very precious, it is not uncommon. What is really rare is the treasure that integrates talent, and there is no treasure that integrates talent. For the geniuses in the chaos, the whole body is super god level talent, and there is no way to cultivate the chaotic supernatural power. Immediately, Yi Tian exchanged a treasure and raised his olfactory talent to super god level. Then, he combined space talent and smell talent to create a super god level nihilistic talent. After that, Yi Tian began to practice the chaotic supernatural power of the infinite void life technique. For Yi Tian, who had practiced a large number of chaotic supernatural powers, it would not be too difficult to cultivate another chaotic supernatural power, and the difficulty of cultivating chaotic supernatural powers in the destiny realm was much lower than that of a god general. In addition, Yi Tian has a divine level super enlightenment talent, and his soul has transformed to an incomparably astonishing level, so it doesn't take long to cultivate a chaotic supernatural power. Only 1,000 years have passed, and the technique of immortality has been practiced. If the infinite void life technique has been practiced, the Dark God Society may also want to assassinate my forces. I wonder if you will dare to do it this time. Yi Tian said with a sneer. Next, Yi Tian went to the outside world several times to collect some treasures, but the gains were not very big, at most a few thousand points can be gained when going out. But this day, Yi Tian deliberately laughed and returned to the Hall of Void Heaven, and inadvertently revealed that he had obtained another kind of jade vein called Longling Jade, and Longling Jade is a very precious material, a piece with a small thumb is worth 100 integral. Ask for flowers. Moreover, Yi Tian deliberately took out a few pieces of Longling Yu to trade with some disciples, and the total transaction amount reached tens of thousands of points. Gradually, Yi Tian's smile leaked when he obtained the Longling Jade ore vein. However, what no one knows is that the news that Yi Tian obtained the Longling Jade ore vein is completely false. The real truth is that he exchanged some Longling Yu from the Zushan temple system, and then traded it to other disciples. In this way, he did lose some points, but only a few thousand points, not too much. He is deliberately attracting some forces that are hostile to him. If he goes out like this, perhaps the Dark God Society or other forces will attack him again. 0. That's right, he used himself as a bait to draw out those forces in the Dark God Society. Instead of attracting those people with bad intentions, it attracted Pengyu Tianjin. Daozi Wanfa, I heard that you have obtained the Longling Jade ore vein, can you trade some of it? Pengyu Tianjin looked flattered. Although Longling Yu is also traded in the Zushan system, the price is too high. If it is traded from Yi Tian, it will be much cheaper. Heavenly monarchs like Pengyu Tianjin have more demand for points, and naturally do not want to waste points. Looking at Pengyu Tianjin with a look of anticipation, Yi Tian sighed. Senior brother Pengyu, in fact, I don't have a Longling Jade ore, the news is false, the truth is that I exchanged a little Longling Jade from the system, and then traded it to other disciples. What? Ming Yutian looked confused. Why is that? Pengyu Tianjin believed Yi Tian's words, because Yi Tian was a Daozi, there was no need to talk to him about him. In order to draw out the forces behind the attack on me. Yi Tian said coldly. This is too dangerous. Pengyu Tianjin frowned. It's not dangerous, Yi Tian said with a smile. My life-saving means, senior brother Pengyu should have seen it. I'm not exaggerating to say that no one at the level of Heavenly Sovereign can kill me. And this time is different from the last time. It's become a lifeless technique. What, Daozi, you have practiced the infinite void life technique. Pengyu Tianjin was extremely shocked. Chapter 900 Lead the Enemy. The infinite immortality technique is a powerful supernatural power among the top 100 chaotic supernatural powers, and it is an extremely strange tracking type chaotic supernatural power. There is a rumor in the chaos that no one can provoke a strong person who has practiced the technique of immortality. After all, if you offend some true monarchs and true ancestors, there is still hope of escaping, but if you offend a powerhouse who has practiced the infinite life technique, if you don't have a backing, then you will basically be waiting to die. Once hit the infinite void survival technique, it is difficult to avoid the enemy's tracking, and even the infinite void survival technique does not know. This is what makes immortality technique the most bizarre and terrifying tracking supernatural power. Pengyu Tianjin looked at Yi Tian deeply, very shocked and a little scared. Fortunately, Yi Tian is the Daozi of the Zushan lineage, and his relationship with Yi Tian is not bad. He is not an enemy, otherwise he will not know when he will die. Daozi, if you really practice the 10,230, no vacancy technique, once you draw out the enemy, you can indeed easily find the enemy's location. Pengyu Tianjin said. Senior brother Pengyu, I hope you don't leak this matter, otherwise you won't be able to draw out the enemy. Yi Tian exhorted. Clear, Pengyu Tianjin replied. Although his strength is stronger than Yi Tian is a Taoist of the heavenly monarch level, his status is much higher than him, and he can even order him, so he will naturally not oppose Yi Tian. Besides, Yi Tian was able to reveal the truth of this matter to him, and he believed in him. Daozi, if there is any trouble, please inform me as soon as possible, even if I am not the enemy's opponent, and senior brother Swallowing the Moon is in the Zushan temple, he will definitely take action. Pengyu Tianjin said quickly. Yi Tian nodded. Although Pengyu Tianjin is currently only the top 100 Tianjin on the Tianjin list, his strength is also extremely powerful. There are not many Tianjins who can threaten him. Besides, the moon-swallowing Tianjin in the Zushan temple ranks in the top of the Tianjin list. How powerful, is not afraid of any heavenly monarch. With their help, Yi Tian is not afraid of any forces. But Yi Tian didn't plan to ask them to take action. After all, this is his business, and Yi Tian is confident that he will not be killed by Tianjin, and he is only tracking the whereabouts of the enemy, and he does not need to kill all the enemies this time. With his methods, his ability to track and hide is much stronger than Pengyu Tianjin. If Pengyu Tianjin and others join in, it will destroy his plan. The Heavenly Fire sect on the other side of the universe. Liang Tianjin and Buying Tianjin gathered again to discuss the matter of Yi Tian. Tianjin Liang, the last time the Dark God Society failed to assassinate Wanfa Daozi, he also told us to temporarily cancel the plan to assassinate Wanfa Daozi, saying that Wanfa Daozi is not easy to kill, and his life-saving ability is too strong. It's ridiculous. It seems that the Dark God Society is unreliable. Liang Tianjin frowned. With the ability of the Dark God Society, the assassination should not fail. I estimate that the assassination failed once. They dare not assassinate again, for fear of being discovered and implicated. The Dark God Society is unreliable, and we have to rely on ourselves. Besides, the Dark God Society is very shameless. If the Zushan Temple buys information from the Dark God Society, the Dark God Society will really sell us. Although the Dark God Society will not knowing our identities, but not without a trace, if it really costs a lot, we have been found. 1. Tianjin Buying also knows that the Dark God will be unreliable. This force is a moth in the chaos, and it can do any shameless things. There is no credibility at all. But the Dark God Society is very courageous and dares to do anything. As long as they pay the price, they dare to assassinate anyone, and they dare to trade any treasure. Therefore, there are many forces and strong people who have found the Dark God Society. Lai Yang, the Dark God will be unreliable, and we must rely on ourselves. If something is exposed one day, the Zushan lineage will not let us go. And the true ancestor is also urging him. He gave a lot of things, there are no results so far, this matter is unreasonable. Bai Ying Tianjin said. Yeah, if we anger the true ancestor behind us again, we will be finished. Therefore, we must take action against Wanfa Daozi, and I heard that Wanfa Daozi has obtained the Longling Jade Ore Vein. If it is true, we are here. It's done in one go. Liang Tianjin was quite excited. The two decided to take Yi Tian together, and they decided to do it in person. However, the two of them had to hide their identities so as not to be discovered. Many treasures in the chaos can change the breath, and even change the breath of the soul. Even if they are shot, the enemy will not know their identity. However, from the moves and attack methods, the identity of the enemy can still be inferred, which is also the only drawback. But Liang Tianjin and Buying Tianjin feel that their strength is very strong. Killing Wanfa Daozi Yi Tian is very easy, and even does not need any unique tricks and secret skills. They can kill Yi Tian with ordinary supernatural powers, almost no reveal identity. Immediately, the two began to secretly collect and buy treasures that could hide the breath of their souls. Soon after, they paid a huge price and really collected 2 soul-type chaotic treasures, which could cover up and change the breath of the soul. Afterwards, they secretly rushed to the area where the Zushan Temple was located, waiting for Yi Tian to appear. Years passed, and Tianjin Liang and Tianjin Buying gradually became anxious, for fear that Yi Tian retreated for hundreds of millions of years at a time, and the assassination plan would be completely discontinued. Fortunately, on this day, Yi Tian finally came out of the Zushan Temple. A starry sky. Yi Tian appeared here. Suddenly the starry sky transformed, and 2 pieces of chaos supreme treasure that sealed the void came to suppress. Unexpected. Pieces of feathers appeared in the void, and each piece of feathers contained terrifying murderous intent. Great supernatural power, 3,000 feathers. Then, rounds of great suns rose into the air and slammed towards Yi Tian, which was another great supernatural power, the great sun gods. These 2 great supernatural powers are not very famous. It should be said that they are quite ordinary, but the strength of the person who shot them is too strong, so the formidable power of just 2 great supernatural powers is second only to the previous all-out blow of Haida Tianjin. Sure enough, Yi Tian had expected it for a long time and did not panic at all. A series of means such as the Great Immortality Technique and the Blood River Immortality Technique were deployed. 5.8 No matter what the 2 Heavenly Fire Sect Heavenly Monarchs attacked, they could not annihilate him. No, the Great Immortality Technique, the Blood River Immortality Technique, the damn Dark God Society, didn't even tell us this information. While Liang Tianjin panicked, he was also extremely angry. The Dark God Society only said that Yi Tian had a strong life-saving means, and he thought that Yi Tian was relying on the life-saving things of the Taoist ancestors, but he did not expect to rely on his own strength. If they knew Yi Tian's ultimate level of immortality and the Blood River immortality of the entry-level peak, it was impossible for them to come to assassinate like this. You can't kill Wan Fadaozi, go back. Li Yongtianjin and Bai Yingjun were very sure, and they were about to run away immediately. At this time, Yi Tian shot secretly, and the infinite void life technique was displayed, turning into two invisible marks and falling on Li Yongtianjin and Bai Yingtianjin.